call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. Come to me, wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. I'm talking to you, Kathy. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Man, babies, I would rather be dead. Hello, man, babies. It's Saturday night. We're back. And, we're doing not Star Wars. We're doing an actual good movie. We're doing Robocop. I don't know what part we're up to. It's 5, 6, 7. Who knows? But we may well get it wrapped tonight. I can't promise anything, but you never know. So I hope you're all well. I can see you all in the chat there. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you are on the globe. We should get into it, shouldn't we? So tonight, as I say, we are doing a damn fine movie from the 80s. We are doing the cinematic masterpiece from 1987, starring Peter Weller and Nancy Allen. It is Robocop. So before we begin, you'll find us on YouTube, you'll find us on Spotify, and you'll find us cracking one off on OnlyFans. So if you've not shut down for the evening, lots to get through. Let's get the reprobates out. So, first up, he is my number one fan. From a tent in my back garden, he is the man of 1,000 voices. It's not Brian Young.
Hey, good evening, Ruin. I was going to say good evening, guest, but I appear to be the only one so far. Good evening, chat. Hope you're all very, very well.
Good evening, Brian. Back to Robocop, Brian. I can see you've updated your avatar. Beautiful. You looking forward to possibly wrapping this one?
Yes, I am indeed. I do not have faith that we're going to wrap it. I think it may be another week. You just never know in these streams, depending on which TV personality disgraces himself this week.
It's true. You never know what we're going to get bogged down in, but we'll give it a crack anyway. Looking forward to this because there is, I believe we're into Act 3, and we do have some rather tasty scenes in Act 3, don't we?
Yes, indeed. Well, after Wednesday's Borefest, anything would probably be better. Can I just give you a little word of advice? If you're ever on the old karaoke in Glasgow, wear body armour, similar to the body armour they wear in Robocop if you want to sing Simply the Best. It does have a certain affiliation with a certain Glasgow football team.
Oh,
And
I had no idea.
the other half will not be happy.
I had no idea. Okay, I'll bear that in mind then. Oh dear. It was just I quickly pulled that one out of the bag as the countdown was going, but apologies to all our half of Scotland I've offended there. Okay, thanks for the heads up, Brian. Should we see who else we can scrape off the bottom of the barrel?
Yes, let's get right into it, Ruin.
Okay, well, next up, he is. Well, rather than he is, it's more watch out, War and Peace. He is the Star Wars novelist. He's the jester from Leicester. It's Emperor Kipling's Swapshop.
Oh, hello, Ruin.
Oh, and he's got the Emperor droid Ed 209. Still gives me nightmares. So you up for a bit of Robocop tonight, Swappers?
Absolutely. Well, we're going to finish the film finally.
Oh, I wouldn't bank on it, but we'll give it our best crack. As you can see, we've got some crackers on the in the chat tonight. Actually, it's not yet the lofty numbers we've been doing, but we've got all the good ones. I can see. Price of Reasons just rocked up. Hello to you. Side Defeat, Smilex are all friends in there. This is where I mentioned a few, and then I feel compelled to mention them all. Melvin's on, MJ, Iceman, Tradaxtar, Franco's on. Who else we got? Max is on, uninspired reviewer, Jay Goodwin. Black Lives are Black Votes. Yeah, we really have got all the good ones. Peter Pidrax on, Amelia Bedelia, Jamalama. Wow, they're all with us tonight. Jay Goodwin's on, Scary Gary, Melvin. I think Max is on, Side of Feet. I think that pretty much covers it. I've offended someone because I've missed them out. But anyway, I see you all and welcome and thanks for joining us. Swappers, well, we're going to give it a crack at wrapping this one up, but we're going to need another retrobait to help us. Shall I really get my tongue towards the depths of the arsehole and see what I can pull out?
Yes, I think we need to finish off the panel for this evening's critique.
Yes, indeed. So let's see what reprobate we've got lurking. Here's the man I like to call the 50-year-old virgin, the Yorkshire Ripper, the man with the best YouTube channel in the northern side of Yorkshire, wherever he I don't know. He is the man with the keys to the channel. It's the Sculler King, Mr. Brown.
It's grim up north.
Mm.
Hello, Ruin, you destroyer of the hopes, the dreams, the fantasies of humans.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Hello,
MJ
chat.
MJ suggesting we slightly tweak one of your monikers and go for the Yorkshire Stripper instead. What do you think, Brown?
I've been known to do decorating, yes.
Oh, yeah. You can peel a bit of wallpaper, can't you? Okay, I believe we're going with a tight four tonight. No more messing around. Just going with the tight four. We may be joined by someone. We'll see how we go. But yeah, what am I forgetting, Brownie? I've done the intros.
Blah, blah,
Obviously, I'm going to
blah.
go to Brian for some bit of a recap. But oh, there we go. The small print, obviously.
Free
small
eye test,
print.
everybody.
Yep. If you can't read it, then
Yeah, Mom.
don't worry. Neither can most of us. But do your thing.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Apparently, commenting after the stream helps. I don't know how, but
It
Brownie always
does.
says it does.
It does.
Thumbs up and
People
all
are
the
asking
good
already.
stuff.
Amelia,
Drinking
Bedelia.
game.
Yes.
Yeah, drink it. Well, I'm already 2/3 way through a double rum and coke. So drinking game. Yep, of course. Thank you, Amelia. I knew there was something we hadn't done. So let's go with Brian. Brian, what would you like to establish for the drinking game?
Every time Robocop is shot in this one, I think.
Oh God, could
Be
be
it
in
a
trouble.
bullet or a missile. Take your pick.
We could be in trouble. Just negotiating an ice cube in my mouth. That was bad timing. Swappers, what would you like to introduce for the drinking game?
Oh, one to suit the Jewish people in the chat tonight. Every time there's a muzzle flash.
Muzzle flash, muzzle tough. Muzzle flash, good one. I think Brownie's that may have left Brownie with needing to go to option B or C. What have you got, Brownie?
Ooh, tricky one. Every time one of the Bodica's men gets shot and killed.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
Or should I say killed?
Yeah, we better
harmonize. Yeah, killed. Yeah, let's not be so
A&E.
specific. Yeah, killed.
Okay, I'll just go for the simple any male pattern baldness on screen, and I include Robocop. He doesn't have any hair, so although yeah, he's got a helmet. So
if I may,
yes.
Go
on.
I don't know if you know this. I might be the last person on the planet to find this out. Otherwise, it could be a bit of news. This photograph of Robocop here in the poster.
Yeah.
It isn't actually a photograph, believe it or not.
Oh.
There was an original black and white photograph taken of Robocop coming out when he meets Emil at the petrol station or the gas station.
Oh.
And they used the photograph as the basis for this poster. This poster is actually a photorealistic piece of artwork, and I only found it out this week.
Wow.
If you look at a high-res picture and you zone in on the Detroit Police logo, you can just tell that it is in fact a reproduction of a photograph and not an
Excellent.
actual photo.
Wow. Brian stepping up there with the Z trivia. Excellent, Brian.
I'm decided to peek early and I'll be quiet for the rest of this thing.
Well, he's going for the what do they call it? The MVP. That's what they call it in the States, isn't it? He's going for the MVP there. Swappers, can I ask you? I think this. I'm already hearing this with the Palpatine laugh at the end. So could you do this early super chat for us, please?
The uninspired reviewer in the chat for €2 for you, fine gentlemen.
See, it worked brilliantly. Thank you, uninspired reviewer. Good to have you on. Brownie, cue the images because I don't know which one is. I don't want to bring up the wrong order. There we go. Oh, take a drink, everyone. We got a bit of a slap headery going on there. So yeah, we're off.
I don't have any alcohol.
Oh, Brown. It's Saturday night, man. What's going on?
Sorry. What's everybody drinking, by the way, in the chat?
Post your drinks in the chat. Any of the retrobates joining me with the drink?
Yes, I certainly am. I've got a bit of Jack Daniels. I intend to put a sizable dent in.
Yeah, these weekly or twice weekly streams and they're doing nothing for my liver. That's all I'll say.
If I'd realised there was so much, if I realised years ago there was so much drinking to be done on YouTube, I'd have joined many moons ago.
YouTube Anonymous.
Yes, we have forgotten something, folks.
A recap, perhaps.
Oh, the recap we have, Brian. Before we go any further,
we'll do the recap like this.
Okay, go on, Brian. We'll edit that all out. Go, Brian.
There'll be no. I'm afraid there'll be. This was a kind of last minute thing. There'll be no bells and whistles this week.
It'll be perfect.
This was written on the back of a cigarette packet, a bit like The Last Jedi, coincidentally enough. Okay. Robocop takes down a drug manufacturing facility and arrests bald, specky Uber-throbber Clarence Boddicker. Fearing for his life under extreme duress, Boddicker reveals he works for Dick Jones. Robocop then attempts to arrest Jones, but is thwarted by Directive 4. After confessing to the murder of Robo's creator Bob Morton, Jones unleashes the lackluster Ed 209 with familiar results. Robocop is then ambushed by his former colleagues, riddled with bullets, and only survives thanks to a timely intervention from Anne Lewis. Take it away, Roon.
Oh, beautiful. Well, I'd love to take it away, but I've been stopped in my tracks by a very generous super chat from our old friend Peter Pidrak. Brownie, why don't you step up and I mean, I'll be honest, Brown, when someone's going to give you a generous super chat like this, I feel you have to pull out the Jamaican. So off you go, Brown.
Peter Pidrak, $20. Mom. Geeks of England rise by St. George. Gather. What's this?
In real life?
In real life.
In real life. To support Mr. Brown and his grief over Dune 2. Or is it? June 2. Being delayed. Consume copious amounts of spirits. Then ride forth to kidnap Little Platoon and take him to see Oppenheimer.
Nice. I actually thought you you sounded quite good at parts of that there, Brownie. Well done.
Yeah, parts.
Geeks of England, right? Thanks for the non-inclusion there, Peter.
Peter, we love you. By God and St. George, we love you, Peter.
Did we give Peter the free super chat that he was due after missing one?
Oh, he's due a free super
Well, I
chat.
don't know how to give him a free super chat, but if Peter can put anything and I will read it free.
That's exactly how you do a free super
Yes.
chat, Brown. Well done.
Yes.
Peter,
Cheers,
this is
Peter.
how we'll
Very
do it.
generous, my friend.
This is how we'll do it, Peter. You preface whatever message you want to use, cash in your free super chat, preface it in caps lock with an accent of your choice, and then I will delegate that to one of the retrobates. We'll read it out, and it won't cost you a penny, my friend. There you go. So I've already got them sweating over that one. Anyway, back to Robocop. I say back to, we've not even started. Here we have Bodica. Oh, wow, so good to see a good bad guy. And Barbara. Not getting enough of Barbara to do the old one gag, Brown. So just hold your horses there. But he's come to see Dick Jones. And Dick Jones being the evil boss that he is.
Barbara is played by Joan Purkell, who actually became Kurtwood Smith's wife.
Oh,
yes.
After this, so at some level, he's seedy, perverse, slightly Me Too-ish behaviour was appreciated.
Would you say he was kind of taking his work home with him? Think about it.
Yes, he was.
Maybe you could fit me in.
It's very Roger. Roger Moore would be proud of that one, wouldn't he?
Yeah. The good old days when you could spark up in an office, eh? Whatever happened to those? Just a clarification from the chat. Peter is American. For him, the whole of the UK is England. So, Brian, I'm pleased to announce you're now thoroughly English, sir. So
that's absolutely
welcome.
smashing. I'm delighted. Thank you.
He's expecting you, Mr. Bodica.
Yeah, he's got a. Is that a bit of a scar or a bit of a fresh wound on the side of his neck?
He was thrown through 3 plate glass windows by Robocop in the previous stream.
I mean, that's alarmingly near the jugular, isn't it? I mean, he's lucky to.
Is
to
it
make
foreshadowing what's to come later? Perhaps. I don't know.
You can keep the gum.
Oh.
He's fantastic in this little scene.
Yeah, he is good.
Hey, Dicky boy, how's tricks?
He never loses his winning smile, does he?
Who's going to do, what's his name, Ronnie Cox?
I nominate Swappers.
Okay, we're doing a bit of line reading to get us warmed up then, folks. Okay, here we go.
Oh, with absolutely no adjustment time whatsoever.
Go back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Police officer who arrested you. The one you spilled your guts to.
Hey, take a look at my face. Dick.
He's a cyborg, you idiot. He recorded every word you said.
Oh,
this is good.
His memory's admissible as evidence. You involved me.
Oh, what a shot.
I love it how he blows the smoke through his nostrils. That's like bad.
Nice.
You're going to have to kill it.
Your company built the fucking thing.
F-bomb. Yeah, we should have done F-bomb for the drinking game. Yeah. Plus the ball drink.
Double drink of it. Now I got to deal with it.
Brian's got a point here. Hey, why watch Robocop in real time when you can watch it in half time, read out by 2 half-pissed buffoons? I mean, that's how we roll here on the Brown Alliance.
Speak for yourself.
I don't have time for this bullshit.
Go on, I'll let you finish this scene, for God's sake.
Suit yourself, Clarence. But Dallas City begins construction in 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, ball shot there as well from the drunk people.
Barry Norman called this half-baked side plot. This B plot, which I thought was more than a bit harsh, but he despises this film, or despised. He's now the wrong side of the turf, obviously.
What was he referring to, Brian? The whole, Delta City thing and
the relationship between
right.
Dick Jones and Clarence Boddicker, which I think was actually the studio possibly were the ones who suggested that.
Old Dick Jones does have a slight hint of the Mr. Humphreys here, doesn't he?
Humphrey, this is your line, by the way.
Oh, we're still doing it.
Yeah, come on, do it. It's good. Swaps.
That's 2 million workers living in trailers.
Humphrey.
That means drugs, gambling, prostitution.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Virgin territory for the man who knows how to open up new markets.
that was very Scouse there, Swappers. That one. Bit of top of Stevie G.
Yeah, Mavis out of Coronation Street, and then
one man could control it all.
At all.
Clarence.
Question for the the retrobates and the man babies in the chat. So when we, for those who stick around for Ahsoka, when we get these kind of tense conversations between two women, everyone piles in with, "Oh, just kiss, just scissor." So have we not got a slightly homoerotic situation here with these two?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Uncomfortably close, aren't they?
There is a little bit.
I've seen a few videos in my time when the heads were at different levels, sitting on a couch. Better not talk about that here. Similar ages.
I mean that's a big sofa, and they're just cozied up on the one end. It's yeah.
I think this is my line coming up. I guess we're going to be friends after all. Richard.
Little change from Dick to Richard. Nice.
Respect back. He just nails this scene. Both of them are good, but Kurtwood Smith is just fabulous in this scene. Just oozes slime ball, doesn't he?
We've got an alternate line which has been provided by MJ. So Brownie, I believe this, if you're playing Bodica, this is your line, please.
I'm gonna give you clearance, Clarence, to bum me.
No, it's I've screwed it up. It's actually that's Dick's line, isn't it? Go on, Swappers.
I'm giving you clearance, Clarence, to bum me.
Brian, you might as well do it as well.
This is like an audition, isn't it?
I'm giving you clearance, Clarence. To bum me.
And I'll have a go as well. Hey, la, I'm giving you clearance, Clarence, to bum me.
Atkins and Stanley. Who are they?
Oh, there you go, MJ. That was you got your money's worth out of that one, didn't you?
Oh, come head soft, lad.
So,
that's yours.
I'm still doing the goddamn line. Just while we lurk around, just to clarify, just to put a cap on it, we're talking about the need to destroy Robocop. He's got evidence which could bring them both down. That's what we're talking, isn't it, chaps?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So,
by the way, Ruin, private chat.
We're going to need some major firepower.
Brownie's determined to line read his way through this entire movie.
You've got access to military weaponry.
Brown, when you
great line coming up, by the way.
I've just seen what Swappers has put in the.
That's fantastic. That's so good, Swappers.
Here we go, Swappers. This is the line of the evening. Do it.
We practically are the military. It's true.
Ronnie Cox
Oh, but apparently we're at the end of a slide deck there, Brown.
Oh, here we
If
go
you want
then.
to load up the next one.
Yeah, because that was the tail end of last time. Yeah, so here we go.
Brown, sometimes when you're at home alone, on your own, dressing gown, nothing
Which
else,
is
just
never, but go on.
letting the air flow freely through, your crevices. You often just, no one around, no one at home, all on your own. Do you ever just pull out some of the slides and just do your own line reads to yourself? Do you ever do that?
Funny you should mention that. No.
Well, we don't believe you. So we're back to this
This
gaff,
is better
aren't we?
This is better than Disney Ahsoka.
Oh,
It is.
well,
And
there's
we're
more
amateurs.
emotion, certainly, yeah.
Yeah, we're amateurs.
Brian, tell us about this place, because it's quite... obviously, we saw it near the start of the movie, and we're going to revisit it for the climax.
Yes, this is the steel mill where the initial the Robocop passion happens. It's also the disused headquarters of the gang, and it's basically where Lewis and Murphy are hiding out at the moment to regroup before they regroup.
Mm.
But obviously he's been tracked, so the gang will be there just shortly after they get their military weapons.
And what's it described as? Is it a mill or something? Or
Steel,
what?
just a steel mill, it's called.
Steel mill. That's unusual, isn't it? Okay. Oh, it is all practical set, isn't it?
I cannot. He's probably a man. I cannot remember where it was filmed.
Somewhere in Michigan. I don't know.
Welcome to asking the chat because we didn't do our homework.
Chat, help us out.
We are nothing without Z.
Is there a potential retrobate to come off the bench, Brownie, or is that just rumours I'm hearing?
One.
Rewatched a clip of the horrendous Robocop 3 today and was reminded that the fabulous Anne Lewis was killed off in that horrendous
She
film.
wanted to be killed off, yeah.
That's potentially not a bad thing. In the way it could have been used in the second one, if the second one was decent, if she was killed off because he's had the experience of actually dying and he was able to tell her, it could have been a really decent moment in a better film. Instead of the Asian contingent, the transformable faces.
Did you
So
bring
our old
that
mate Robocop's hiding out here, isn't he? And he's he's trying to patch himself back together. That's what we're looking at.
Oh, here you go. Outcasts Creative. Pittsburgh.
There we go.
Oh, here you go, Tom. Chat's moving up. Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel Mill in Monessen.
Interesting. If I've actually got a little bit of surprise for. Oh, if I can get this damn thing to work. Swappers, not just a man of a half-broken e-scooter. He is also a man who's not bad with the old Photoshop, and he's knocked something up for me. And well, I'd like to share it with you all, if that's okay. Don't worry, it's not Hugh Edwards' arse and dangleberries. It's my new avatar. Let me. So, how do I spotlight myself?
Bear with me. I'll do it. Bear with me.
Okay. There we go. How about that, man, babies? Now we're talking. That's perfectly round helmets there. Beautiful. You can still, despite everything, you can still tell it's me, can't you? That fucking smug smile just poking through the. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. He's still got the red eyes. I really love that, Swappers. I'll be sad to wrap this film.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a shame. So we need to try, and the only thing we could do is we could go back to the start or drag out for another 6 episodes just to get your money's worth from that fabulous avatar, Swappers.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm
appreciate
sure I'll find other reasons to use it. So this chick's turned up to offer a bit of support for Robocop / Murphy.
Oh yes.
That's quite a nice scene, this one, isn't it? I mean, there's
Mhm.
we're going to see in a moment, there's the recalibration, and actually Robocop needs a little bit of help, doesn't he, just to get himself
It does.
set back up. Yeah.
It's the strike, obviously. If there was a vote, when the details are omitted from the recap, they had a vote in the strike, and that's telling you that the strike is on as of midnight, so the shit is going to hit the fan.
We've got what's becoming a regular gag from Max Vroomfondle.
Roboscouse. Lance, check your DMs, mate.
Does Max have is that an email cartoon?
It looks like it, yeah.
Melting email?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Princess Fiona's now got the Ahsoka cat hat. This is brilliant.
Got a pussy on her head.
Brownie, this chick that you're into is getting a little bit of jib from the chat. They're not so generous. But
Why,
you're
what
still
they doing?
fond of her, aren't you?
Who, Anne Lewis?
Yeah.
She's all right.
Yeah, she's got a big gun, hasn't she? Does look
Uh,
particularly big in her hand, doesn't it?
Lance, turn your camera off, mate. Shall we bring our last-minute guest?
A last-minute guest?
Yeah,
Oh.
Lance from Outcast Creative. Hello, Lance.
Hi guys, I'm afraid I got my Legolas avatar instead of my Robocop avatar.
You all right, pal?
Oh.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to show up Scouse Cop. So,
Well, there we go. Hello, Lance. Good to meet you, sir.
yeah, you too, mate. Pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me on last minute, mate, because I was at a loose end and it's a bit of a difficult weekend for me. So I appreciate
You're welcome, mate.
Oh, well.
Pleasure to meet you, Lance.
Thanks, guys. I was at the very first UK screening of Robocop in 1988. I took 15
go on.
people to see it for my birthday. It's mentioned in my book, the 1988 book, which is my diary from that year. I published it as a book. And I didn't know if the film was going to be any good, but I had followed Paul Verhoeven since he did Flesh and Blood, which I also saw at the cinema. And I just had a gut feeling looking from the pictures that I'd seen in, I think it might have been Empire Pictures or Total Film. No, I'm not Scottish. I can do a Scottish accent if you wish.
Americans have no ear for English accents.
Naked cat in the face of banks are dry. I can't hold her. That's really bad.
Not bad for Ukrainian fucking.
Lance,
Yeah,
just to confirm for our American friends, where exactly are you from?
I'm half Danish, half English, and I currently hail from North London.
Oh, well, that's enough to confuse anyone. But
It is. I'm adopted, so I've got 2 sets of parents, and it's all very complicated. But yeah, so we all saw it on a 70mm print in what was the Odeon Marble Arch, which has now sadly been demolished. But back then, that was the biggest cinema in the UK, and it seated about 1,200 people, and it was the first Friday night screening of Robocop. And back then, films in the West End were released a few weeks ahead of the rest of the country. So the rest of the country didn't get Robocop for like three or 4 more weeks. So I was used to go up to town to see films ahead of time. And I took these 15 people from my art college. It was a birthday kind of outing. And man, we had the front row of the upper dress circle. Oh, what a film. I mean, this is in the era when an opening night would be absolutely packed out with people and you could hear a pin drop when the moments of tension or humor were there. And I mean, the Robocop film is a film that really ingratiates itself to the audience for either laughter or the drama. Just so many big laughs in the cinema, it was, especially with those advert sequences, get them before they get you and all that. I'm sure you've covered all that stuff in earlier episodes. But Yeah.
Well, we've only spent about 23 hours on this. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff we've missed though.
Good for you.
Brownie, there's a rumor in the chat that Lance is your tutor from back in the day. Is there any truth in this?
Tutor? I
No.
was only his sex therapist. I can't claim to be any other.
Well, it's a very fine line between the two, Lance. Actually,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
story
I
goes.
So, what was the Lance when you saw the premiere? Was the what was the reaction of the audience?
It wasn't. Just to be clear, it wasn't. They didn't have a red carpet premiere in London at Robocop, from what I remember. But this was like a preview screening. So, the audience were totally into it. I mean, I was in the same cinema a couple of years earlier, seeing the very first UK preview screening of Aliens, and I mean, again, what a film, and the atmosphere was almost identical. It was like everybody was just completely gripped. Everybody was laughing at all the gags. Everybody was sort of wrenching or jumping out of their seats at the gore, because this kind of gore at this comic book level was pretty new back then. It was quite so I mean, particularly that scene, which I think's coming up in your stream tonight, where the guy gets splattered on the car, Paul McCrane, who would turn up in ER many years later as a doctor and become all kinds of horrible fates in that show as well. But that, stuff like that, you'd see the whole, it would be like a wave in a football stadium. You see the whole audience like wrench, you just don't get atmosphere like that anymore. So it's an era sadly gone the way of the dodo, unfortunately. I think last time I saw a film that was that packed out in a similar kind of venue was probably the Lord of the Rings trilogy, where you had the same kind of atmosphere. People were so into it, and shame.
It's a shame.
I had the soundtrack on vinyl, by the way, to this film.
No, really?
Yeah, it's right by my feet.
Nice.
I've got this and I've got Aliens on vinyl.
Oh yes,
nice.
Yeah. I got about 300 movie soundtracks on vinyl, thereabouts, something like that.
Lance, just a slight oversight there. I have to pull you up on. You are forgetting, of course, The Last Jedi and how we packed out cinemas and brought the audience together. Everyone was cheering and jumping out the seats. I mean, how could you forget it?
I was at the first public Leicester Square screening of that, but a couple of my friends actually went to the premiere, which was just over the road. I mean, that was packed out actually, but the atmosphere wasn't quite the same. And also, you still get some. Sorry, can I swear on this stream?
Well, as long as it's not the C word.
Oh fuck, that was the one I was going to use. You still get some total cockwomble getting their phone out. There's always some cockwomble that gets their phone out in a movie, and it's just so distracting, man, because your eyes are immediately taken off the screen, and back in the day, I was an usher in this cinema, and if any kids messed about in the screen when I was in the screen, I'd kick them out straight away. And I'd actually point them out to the audience before the film started and said, that group over there, I think they're going to be trouble. I'm in here, so just let me know and I'll kick them out. They won't get a refund. And I'd get a round of applause. Don't get ushers doing that anymore, because they get stabbed. They get stabbed in London if they did that. So it's not going to happen. But yeah. Oh, what a film.
Well, Lance, you're proving to be a popular retro bait joining us tonight. By the way, it's my little term. I call it all of our guests on the channel. Don't take offense at all. But MJ UK has thrown 5 real money English pounds into the hat. And he specifically asked, could you read this out, Lance?
I wonder if he wants a different. I wonder what accent he was. Shall I go full posh? But the shopkeeper and his son, that's a different story altogether. I had to beat them to death with their own shoes. There you go.
There we go. Felt like it needed the Palpatine laugh at the end, and it's everything you'd want in life. Yeah.
It was almost like the Lord was with us there for a
By the way, I've got a strong connection. I've got a strong connection to Liverpool, which is, I'm guessing, where you're from the accent.
It is via Hollywood, obviously, but yeah. What's your connection, Lance?
Well, I'm a playwright. I've done about 15 plays, and the first play that I did that won me my first award was about the Hillsborough football disaster.
Oh, right.
And I was part of the Hillsborough Justice campaign for quite a long time. So I was the guy in the stadium that shouted out "Justice" when Andy Burnham was there.
Oh, yeah,
That caused
really?
the big, yeah,
Oh, wow.
that was me.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
that is
right at the back because I was so pissed off. And then I kind of felt a bit like when I shouted it out, at first no one said anything, and I went, "Oh, fuck." And then suddenly everybody else started shouting it, and then, you know, it all kind of just kicked off, and you saw Burnham's face. He was...
Oh, he wanted the ground to open up and swallow him, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, so that I know. Yeah, so I was involved in that for quite a long time.
Oh, good for you.
Lance, can I just ask a quick question there? You do have a very, very familiar voice. It wouldn't be the same person that did the voiceover for the spoof Little Fluffy Clouds track, would it, by any chance, by the Orb?
I'm a big fan of the Orb, but no.
Okay. Might want to check that one out. You might be quite horrified to hear that the voice is almost identical to yours. It's called. I think it's called Grey Fluffy Clouds or something like that. Anyway.
Well, I'm adopted, and my birth father, who was one of the first children's presenters on Play School, if anyone remembers that, he was he was a busy man, and I've got like 11 brothers and sisters from 6 different women that half of whom I haven't even met. So it would not surprise me if I had a relative who did in fact do the voice.
Jesus.
Anyway, back to Robocop. Shall we move on?
Yes.
I want to talk about football and play school stuff, Robocop.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I'm interested.
Well, you know, better than the usual Schofield, Hugh Edwards, and the like, isn't
I
it?
suppose,
So anyway, as we get bogged down in various things, Robocop's basically having a good old screw, isn't he? He's sorting himself out, and he does look pretty beat up at the moment, doesn't he?
I thought this effect shot was really well done. You know, when he pulls the screw out of his helmet, it's like really long. And I remember on the 70mm massive screen that I saw it on, it looked really real. It didn't look like there was an effect involved. I'm still not quite sure how they did that.
It's all packed into the drill, believe it or not. That's where it comes from.
Okay. Oh, so the drill was built so it's extending the thing as it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Best tricks are always quite simple, aren't they?
Which is something that's kind of been lost, isn't it? When you just everything's CGI now and slightly bollocks.
Use your own accent for the last one. It's a quote from Wayne's World 2. But what is my own accent? That's the question.
So he's had to pay another $5 just to get his joke. Okay. Well, MJ, the least
right? Do I get a share of this?
The least we could do for you, MJ. Here we go. We'll revisit it. So Lancey wants your authentic self, it seems.
But the shopkeeper and his son, that's a different story altogether. I had to beat them to death with their own shoes.
There you go, MJ. Hopefully that's what you're looking for.
That's my creepy Hollywood producer voice.
We know one of them.
Well, I know a few of them, unfortunately. We could do a whole stream about that.
But not today.
Not today. Let's move on.
Black Lion saying that was a little bit of a ASMR feel about that, Lance.
But, it's fuck's sake, don't bring up the ASMR after Brownie stuff. I have to take my earphones out every time he does it.
Hello, lady.
Don't even think about it, Brown.
Can you clarify ASMR?
Oh, God.
Relaxes perverts.
Okay.
Come on, we're getting bogged down. Come on.
Yeah, we are getting bogged down. Have a Google of it, Lance, later on. Have a Google of it.
I'm not going to get invited back, so let's focus.
Take a bald shot, everyone. Back of Robocop's head.
I remember when I saw this first time in the theatre. Fucking hell, it was just...
It's great. It's really... And Peter Weller's face looks unusually large. When you see this piece of makeup built on the back of his head, again, really good first-rate makeup team on this.
I think this specific shot is actually the model they used.
Yeah, they had a dummy replacement for his head for when they took off the back of the scalp and there were all the lights and whatnot. I think, but there's a reverse of it as well where he is in situ with makeup on. His head's like really massive.
Yeah, it's extra stuff they put around the jaw in it, but it really is pretty horrific, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Bit steampunky almost as well,
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
they say that that his skin was stretched onto the metal
Ooh.
parts.
Brian, I don't know if you can pull this off. I bet you can. Could you try and do
God.
this in the style of Z3PO?
Professor R2, do you mind helping me with my Robocod? No, Z's the man for that. It was better when Z had the dodgy mic. We need the dodgy mic, the
Yeah.
$2.99 mic way back in the day, 2021. It was fantastic.
Dan the Ham enjoying the reminiscing of these fabulous 80s movies.
These were movie events. You left the movie just wanting to go straight back in and watch it again.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I mean, we were all talking about it on the way home.
You don't get that nowadays. Clevex.
And that's another nice shot.
Yeah, that's because it looks really creepy. He's kind of slightly distorted, and it's kind of a reflection of his whole life, isn't it? It's now completely broken.
Oh.
Very metaphorical.
Yeah, still got the nice lips though, hasn't he? Do you think that's what he's thinking? Oh, at least I kept the nice lips.
Well, you know, he's a director now, predominantly. That's his main career now.
First time I saw that, like,
yeah,
fuck,
really good.
Oh, incredible.
Of course, that would all be CGI now, you know.
How good is that, folks?
Yeah. Did it get nominated for any awards for makeup or anything? I know it wouldn't get anything else because it's science fiction.
It won an Oscar. Did it not win an Oscar for sound mixing?
Yes, sound. Yeah, sound.
Sound editing.
Yeah.
They definitely should have got nominated for makeup as well. At least nominated.
6 hours to put that on, apparently.
Wow.
He would leave for work at 2 a.m. while all the film crew are coming in from partying. 6 hours in the chair to do that.
Yeah, you've got to be dedicated for that.
Cider Feet's got a fair comment here. He's got a bit of the Yul Brynners about him, hasn't he? You look at him there.
Yeah.
Which,
especially in Westworld.
You also played a robot android. I don't know. What were they in Westworld? Were they just pure robots?
Androids, weren't they?
They were androids, right? Okay.
It was apparently only about 6 hours of filming they could do before it started. The latex started to come off the face as well.
Best sound editing it got.
Oh.
At the awards.
Murphy had a wife and son. What happened to them?
Would you just try that line again, Brown, but do it in ASMR if you would.
No.
This is for you, Amelia Bedelia. Oh, Murphy had a wife and a son.
Just fucking ruining this scene.
What happened to them? Moving on.
I've got to say, Brown, you underplayed that a little bit because the way you were doing ASMR the other night, you were basically turning into phone sex. You were kind of giving it the old Murphy. Oh yeah, had a wife. Yeah, yeah, he did. And a son. Yeah, you were adding in all these grunts and extra words. It was disturbing.
Yes.
That's nuts.
That was
alcohol.
Brian.
You say last time.
I could hear knocking in the background. I think it was Brian smashing his head on the desk. I think that's what was happening.
It's all these extra voice sounds that Brownie puts in as if he's chewing a Caramac or something. It's like fucking. It's like Mr. Ed with a carrot.
Hi, Brian.
Stop it. You're already in my nightmares, Brown, without adding to it.
But as we lock around, we are actually.
Come on, let's get on with it.
We're
Fuck's
missing
sake.
we're missing a quite an emotional scene because he's finding
Yeah.
out what happened to his family.
Yeah.
Where did they go? She thought you were dead. She
started
started
over again.
over.
Started over, which means she's getting boobied by some other man.
That haircut for the girl's actually quite in right now.
Oh, yeah.
It was purple or pink.
For certain demographics of the populace.
Teenage boys.
Here's a question.
Well,
to
one of them looked
ponder.
like a boy today.
Could Murphy as Robocop not go win back his wife and his family? Is that a step too far? Or?
Tried in Robocop 2.
I'm afraid he's got Action Man plastic pants.
Oh,
yeah, he
Don't
may not be
mention
able to
Robocop
provide
2.
everything.
I think OCP could fire together some kind of vibrating attachment for him.
yeah, definitely. If he can pop a gun out of his thigh, he can certainly pop something out the old cod piece, couldn't he?
Friday, the 5th of February was the first. 1988 was the first screening of Robocop. Just
This is a great
in the
line.
UK. In the UK.
88, was it?
Yeah, because it didn't open in the UK until 88. It opened in America
88.
in the summer of 87. This is back in the days when America got most of the films a year ahead of us. That's why I saw 137 movies in 88, because it was also the first year I went to the States. So there were all these films out there that hadn't even come out over here, and I was going to see like 4 a day on my day off.
Oh, wow.
So
I can feel them.
Yeah.
I bet you can.
Get
Go
you
on,
every
move it
time.
on.
That.
I'm waiting for you.
His wife is not robosexual.
But I can't remember them.
Oh.
That's
Brilliant.
yeah, that hits you in the feels, that line when he says that.
Yeah.
Actually.
It does, but it is. I don't know. It kind of takes it away slightly for me because of the previous scene, or a couple of scenes before, you see him at the house and you see the family. And if it was done so that you could see the family yourself, but it's not. It's done as if he's seen it. You see the kind of digital breakdown as if he's remembering it.
It's kind of, isn't it, like flashbacks that haven't quite been removed from his memory? He's got that one of his wife coming up. I've got to tell you something. I love you. And
Yeah,
and
there's a weird kind of difference between the two shots. It's not entirely clear to me. It looks as if that's what he's remembering because of that digital breakdown. If they kept that away, I think it might have been better. But Peter Weller doing this scene, he was talking about. He says, "I'm not sad when I'm doing this scene. All I'm doing is I'm trying to convey that I'm trying to remember something."
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
that's great shot there. Oh, it looks amazing, doesn't he? Looks amazing.
Yeah. For a relatively low budget film, there's so much of this that's so well done. I think Robotine, Rob Bottin is obviously
Right, yeah. Rob Bottin was John Carpenter's makeup guy for all of his early stuff. Did The Fog, which is one of my favorite horrors of all time.
Oh, yes.
Like, why he didn't get nominated for an Oscar for this is just beyond. I guess it's the whole, it's science fiction, so we don't need to nominate. But yeah,
Come on,
13
Brown. Give us the line.
No, it's going to be. There's.
There's an actual
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
line
yeah,
read.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll buy that for $1.
This is another scene that breaks my heart.
Baldwin.
Oh no, I know why as well.
I like it.
He smashes the Jack Daniels. This is about 15 bottles of Jack Daniels are destroyed in this film, and not just on the stream.
Brutal.
Is that Bananarama on the left-hand side?
It is, yeah, Bananarama. Yeah.
I have to tell you that I don't still have long hair. Oh wait, that's Orlando Bloom. It's not me.
I recognise the other cover as well underneath it, but I just can't quite make it out. It's like a hurricane.
Who was
There's Vanity as well. There's Bananarama.
If you had to give one to one of Bananarama, Brown, who would you give your one to?
Is that a crucial? Do we all have to answer that question? Should I research now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Go and Google.
I can't
We
remember.
we often get bogged down in these matters, and it
I
is
quite like the
important.
one in the middle. What was she called? Kieran?
Is it
Karen.
Siobhan Fay, is it not?
Yeah.
Arcade one was called Karen.
If we can choose anyone in the image, I'm going with Vanity because you know she was a nasty girl. So
Yeah.
Apparently,
tragic
there was
life.
Karen or Karen.
Kevin. It's
Siobhan
an Irish
and
name. It's Siobhan.
Sarah
Yeah.
and Jackie as
Siobhan
well.
joined Shakespeare's sister, doesn't she? Remember that?
Oh.
1992, #1. Stay.
Great song. Moving on.
Mm.
Welcome to 90s Trivia on the Robocop stream.
So they used this set early in the movie, didn't they? I seem to recall.
Yeah, and I think it's also in Milwaukee, isn't it?
Melvin is just chipping in saying Siobhan was the hot one.
Yes.
Whereas Smilex just says they'd all get it.
My God.
Nice.
That's a bit like alternative Hill Valley in 1985.
It is, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We have a super chat from Uninspired Reviewer saying
Ah,
for $2, Bananarama rules.
I love it. I love Uninspired Reviewer. Had a good chat with him just the other day, actually. So yeah, been on each other's streams a couple of times.
One of my favourite Bananarama tracks is from another classic 80s movie, Karate
Let me guess.
Kid.
Cruel Summer.
It is Cruel Summer.
Yeah.
Were you going to say that?
Yes.
And dude, that's another soundtrack I've got on vinyl.
Oh, nice. It's played at the scene where Americans are trying to play soccer.
Yeah, and he's doing his 1-2 with the football.
Yeah.
We're just going to segue into a Karate Kid rabbit hole for about 75 minutes now, chat. Don't
No, we're
worry.
not.
not
Moving
to?
on.
Have we gone backwards? He seems to have the jack in his hand again. What's going on? Was he cracked another one?
I love Paul McCrane as an actor. I think he's really great.
Brownie, would you like to do this? Because someone's chucked something your way.
Romeo.
Where art thou?
Thou Tango November Zulu for $5 New Zealand dollar. Hale Brown and Co. Out with the wife at the moment. We'll listen to this later. Sending in a quick super chat to say, Dick, you're fired.
Thank you.
Cheers, lads.
Nice. Thanks, Ernst. I can't see it because maybe my screen's too small, or I don't know. What RRTNZ? What is his little avatar? Because it looks like cupcakes to me.
It is cupcakes.
It is cupcakes. Oh, nice. Always makes me hungry whenever he pops up. Anyway, let's not get bogged down in that. So our old mate he's a little bit bummed out, isn't he? What's he? Yeah, is that what it is?
Scars on his face after being thrown off his bike.
This is where the bottle goes through, isn't it?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
May I request that Brown gives us I'd buy that for $1 in a very dodgy Jamaican accent?
Yeah, that's a good request, Brian. Take it away, Brian.
Well, go on. Move the slides. I think there is a I'd buy that.
We're waiting for the line. Okay.
Happy birthday, Dave. She's for me. Well, can I have you both?
I love how everyone in this film pisses themselves laughing at
Yeah.
these horrendous Benny Hill-esque lines.
Yeah.
Sure, we've had our shots.
And it actually got a really big laugh at the.
I'd buy that. Oh, sorry.
Christ.
I'd buy that for $1.
Mon.
Come on, I'd buy that for $1. I'd buy that for $1.
Bet you forgot completely what you're going to say now, Lance.
No. I just said it. This sequence and that catchphrase, it got a big laugh at the screening I was at, which was surprising because it was just sort of a bit offbeat and, you know.
This is one of those rare movies where everybody was into it when they were watching it.
Yeah. Just everything worked.
Double ball drink, everyone. So that's 2 drinks.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Lance, you've missed some of the drinking games we've initiated. So mine was any baldness on screens a drink. Someone said about muzzle flashes. Someone said about Robocop getting shot at. So yeah.
Bodica's men getting killed as well.
Yeah, Bodica's men get killed. Yeah.
Can you fly, Bobby?
Trivia from last time, and it's starting to get deja vu now. We're repeating trivia, but am I right in saying Bobby is the only one who survives? Didn't someone point that out last time?
We think so.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Doesn't Bobby die immediately?
No, he dies on. I think he's when the car spins to one side, he just rolls off like he's dead.
Yeah, Bobby's the first one to go.
We don't know though.
I'm sure someone gave me the trivia last time. Bobby is the only one to survive.
Yeah, he was unconscious.
Maybe they're going to do a spin-off called Bobby Robocop Hunter. I feel that will be long in coming.
Robo Bobby.
Can we do the lines, please? Because these are great lines. Can you go back?
Well, look,
that was a great bar hotel.
Hang on. We're gonna have to do it properly. We need to know who's doing what character, and we need non-standard accents. It's the only way I'm gonna permit it, Brown.
If I'd known we were doing lines, I would have come better prepared.
£20 note rolled up.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go back.
You'd have been method acting.
Hey, Emil.
No, Brown, that's too on the nose. What are you going to be, Brown? Can't be Jamaican. Can't be ASMR voice. Need something new, fresh. Come on. Can you do
Go on.
Let's see. Could you do? What about some kind of farmer type voice? Yeah, the wars.
Hey, Emil.
That's pirates, for fuck's sake.
That's a pirate. You want more of a Somerset vibe.
Get off my land. Hey, Emil.
That's Jamaican. What are you doing, man?
Oh, why? Moving home.
Okay, just do pirates. Just do pirate.
I'm getting annoyed now.
I'll do Scouse.
Okay, you do Scouse.
Can somebody else do it?
No, you're doing pirates, and Lance is
Go on,
doing
Brian.
Scouse.
You've got the voices. I haven't.
Let's bleed the new talent, shall we?
Go on, Lance. You're up.
How's the Grey Bar Hotel?
He's got authentic Scouse. I like it. Go on.
Is that me again?
Bad. They let me keep the shirt.
Well, hang on, Brown. What are we playing at here? You just.
Oh, does it matter?
Yes, it absolutely matters. We've got to bring something new to the table.
I'm not looking at what the chat is saying, but I'm sure they must be getting frustrated.
If I don't hold them to account, they get away with all sorts.
In the style of Hitler. That's quite a good one. Quite a good one from Tom.
Maybe. Oh, okay. I'll give you an easy one, Brown. Just do it. Just do it in a feminine voice.
That's his own voice.
I'm
going to end the stream in a minute.
Sorry, guys. I'll get my coat. Sorry.
Ruin. That's better.
Let's keep going.
Not bad. They let me keep the shirt.
Oh, that'll do.
Nobody popped. This is an iconic line.
Yeah.
Nobody popped my cherry.
It works in that accent as well.
Yeah. There wasn't as much love for the Grey Bar Hotel line that I thought there was going to be. It's a great line.
I like that one.
Man from Twin Peaks.
Yes.
Lord Palmer's dad, isn't it?
Yeah, Ray Wise. I
Did
can't
he
see any other character,
pass
but
away?
Lord Palmer's dad.
Did he just pass away?
Let's do a double. Let's go to VAR and we'll check that.
New characters entered the.
Okay. Right, here we go then. First, they led me out of jail for tea. Then what do I find in the prison parking lot? But a brand new 6,000 SUX. Mon. Oh, see, this is still got the factory sticker on it. Brilliant.
Ray Wise is still alive, you'll be pleased to know.
Hey,
76.
Oh, good.
That's really somebody else. Somebody connected to Twin Peaks passed away, but I thought it was him, but it must have been someone else.
So Bodica's a bit of a bastard here, isn't he? Because this guy's all excited over the car. He's just
Yeah.
and he
He goes
blows it.
full Grand Theft Auto in this one.
Yeah, what a bastard. Who's everyone's favourite member of this gang? Let's do a quick round robin. Brownie, who's your favourite?
Are we saying favorites for all the wrong reasons? Obviously,
For any reason, yeah.
Bodica is just
Okay.
streets ahead of any bad man that's been on cinema ever.
You got a crush on Bodica, okay. Brian,
just
who's your favourite?
Next level.
Well, as a big Superman fan, I'm going for Bobby.
Okay. Swappers, who's your favourite in this?
It's
motley
tough
crew?
to beat. It's tough to beat Clarence, isn't it? Really,
Yeah,
but
Clarence,
I
okay.
mean, I've got to say, if not Clarence, then Emile, just for his kind of
Yeah.
exuberance in his line delivery. It's great.
Yeah. I was going to say Emile. Smilex also likes melty Emile, as he puts it. What about you, Lance? Who's your favourite?
Clarence Bodica's one of the best villains ever. I'd put him in my top 5 villains of all time.
yeah.
In fact, that's a stream. I'm going to do that. Top 5 villains of all time. But I do really like Paul McCrane's performance in this film.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Because he's just, he's beautifully over the top, but it works. And, he's like, I like it when he uses the gun. And
They all look like they were just having a fucking great time doing it.
Playing villains is a lot of fun on a
Yeah.
set. It's because you get to just be over the top, and if anything, the director's normally got to rein you in. So, it's always more fun playing the villain.
Chat, if you want to help out Lance do some homework for his stream, any suggestions for the top movie villains of all time? I'm sure.
Got loads.
Yeah. You'll have many good suggestions. We'll see what drops into the chat there.
We're doing top 5 sci-fi from 1970 to 1990 next week, and that list is not easy to do. There's so many you want in your top 5, but you can't have them all. So, it's hard.
I mean,
Top 5
that's
villains
our wheelhouse, isn't it? I'm assuming original Star Wars, Alien.
Yeah, they're all. I
talking?
mean, I've got 4 people making up lists, and I've said they can include the Star Wars trilogy as one choice.
Oh, okay.
To make it a bit less Star Wars focused. Yeah. But I think
that counts you out, Ruin, because you know fuck all about Star Wars.
Well, but I do know about trilogies. So,
I think Robocop's going to be in my top 5, pretty sure.
A couple of quid from Tom, our old mate Tom, who says they're like an evil A-team. He's actually a really good observation, isn't it? It is.
You know what? You could do a really funny edit with the A-team, dun dun, the crack team breaking out, and you could cut the shots of these guys blowing shit up, and then do the different intros of the different characters with this gang. That would be a really fun edit to do.
Yeah. I mean, who's who? I mean, obviously Bodica's Hannibal. I assume the black guy's Mr. T. Is that? You've got to go.
Ray Wise's face.
His face.
Scary face.
Emile is Murdoch.
Emile's Murdoch.
It works perfectly. Yeah.
He missed a trick here, didn't he?
And Bobby is random guest of the week with a red Star Trek shirt on.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good shot.
Muzzle flash.
Ray Wise looks
Muzzle
like he's
flash.
seen like a hot extra just off the set there or something. Who's that woman? You know,
Our old mate Dark Side of the Walk has joined us. Says he wants to see a remake called Robo Walk. Well, I'm up for writing, directing that one. Dark Side of the Walk.
I saw the remake at the IMAX with my ex-wife, and we both thought it was pants. Wasn't impressed.
Brown, do you want to give this your best, Mr. T, Brown?
Okay. Pity the fool if it doesn't hurt.
There you go. Everyone can do it, Mr. T.
That just might be your sweet spot, Brown.
What, Mr. T?
That's the most convincing one you've done so far.
Because I grew up with a team.
Grew up with a large black man with muscles.
With a very bad attitude. I'd agree with that, actually. It's not like a muzzle flash. It's just like a fucking artillery shell going off. What the fuck?
We've got a request for clarification from the man babies in the chat. Princess Fiona says, "Is pants good or bad?"
Bad.
Bad.
I would think wearing pants is good, personally. I like to wear pants.
Okay.
Yeah, but pants meaning pants is bad. Yeah.
Oh, the word pants.
Yeah.
So
not as in trousers, but yeah.
Yeah, because it in over here in Blighty we're referring to underpants, but of course, if you're a Yank, you're referring to trousers, full trousers. So, yeah, okay. Hope we clarified that.
Yeah,
the chat have helped out.
Moving on.
Oh,
Although the one thing of Hugh Edwards doesn't have his pants on means the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good illustration of the use of the word.
Yeah, both sets of pants were around his ankles. Yeah.
Oh man, I was quite surprised when it was his name that came up on that. Anyway, that's a whole rabbit hole.
Cobra assault cannon, state of the art, bang bang.
Isn't this the first time this particular gun had been used in a movie? I think it is.
Look at that for a muzzle flash.
Take a big gulp.
Drink everybody.
Jeez.
The thing is, they blew this set up, this street, and they were just stood there in front of it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that now. It'll be, I like it!
Love that. Love that bit.
Look at Emil, he's having such a good time. Oh.
Another muzzle flash.
Take another big drink, everybody. Jeez, this is a heavy session.
I've only got half a bottle of water left.
And there's the remnants of the car. So basically,
fire hydrant.
I mean, there is a plot purpose to this. They're basically setting up the fact they've got a pretty powerful weapon for when they meet Robocop, aren't they? That's, I guess, the reason for this.
It does throw him in a lot more peril, doesn't it? When you know the bad guys are armed with these things.
Well, what would the Disney way be now? Would they be like full of lightsabers or something? So you just know he's going to be fine.
Well, yeah, lightsabers don't do anything now, so
yeah, that was well, that's a whole other conversation, but Christ. I was actually so pleased when that character got killed. I thought, oh yeah, cool. She's gone, she's out. Okay, cool. That's kind of unexpected. Well done, Disney. Oh, she's all right. Oh, okay.
But you do more damage to our livers in one of these fucking live streams than it happens when a lightsaber goes through one of the characters in Disney Star Wars.
It's true. Fair old few explosions here, isn't there? I mean, just when they do this level of destruction and explosions, are they only really getting one shot at this? If they fuck up the take, is that?
I'm thinking so. Yes.
Yeah.
For the big ones with the set, absolutely pre-CGI day, 100%. You'd probably have more than one camera on it though. You'd probably set 3 cameras on it, like with the ski jump at the beginning of The Spy Who Loved Me, they had 7 cameras on that, one take only, and only one camera got the whole thing in one go, and that was the shot that they ended up using. So this wide shot you've got right now would be the same take as a camera that's doing it in close up at a different angle or whatever.
You would think the porn store would be the last place it'd blow up.
Well, he's already got everything from that particular one, so
He's completed the collection.
yeah, no more room at home in the cupboard.
They're literally feet away from the real actors. Are feet away from the real explosion.
Yeah,
Incredible.
That's a great day at work, isn't it? When you can come home and said, stood next to an explosion today. Who normally gets to say that?
He's in the steel mill.
Well,
Let's go.
Tracked him. Yeah. Look at that.
No cars left. Oh,
I mean, that might not be Paul McCrane with the gun because I seem to recall when the shots of it exploding, you're seeing him from the back, aren't you? So it could be a double for him. But he may have been so into character. He may have been, just let me blow the fucking thing up.
Now, what's interesting about this line? It
was him, because it was him.
Bit of trivia for you. This line on screen now was the exact same line used by the director of the episode in season 3 Mandalorian with featuring Lizzo. Apparently, that was one of the instructions. There we go.
What a coincidence!
Yeah, she didn't respond too well to it, apparently. And they're off in the slowest villain transport ever. So we just doing the old callback to the 18. So this would be the version of the 18 van, then, wouldn't it? I guess
the GMC.
Yeah. You got some good van shots for that alternative edit there.
There's definitely a YouTube video there.
If I had time, I'd definitely do it if I had time.
This is kind of cruel what he does to Anne Lewis, who's been through the mill, she's just trying to get 40 winks and starts blasting the baby food.
Yeah.
He's just cracked one there.
Sorry, that was me actually drinking some water.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a...
I'll see if I can repeat the sound.
Tin of 4X or something. Oh,
It was Swappers cracking one off.
Not this time.
What's she lying on there? Is it...
Looks like a pile of logs or something.
Dynamite.
It's steel rods, like a big Liam Neeson steel rod.
Franco, how do you know she's bald? That's rather presumptive.
For Robo, he's bald.
Depends where.
I mean, still popular with the chat there.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, plenty of ones. Not so much Amelia, but hey.
What part of his brain actually goes missing when it gets blasted out? Are there any doctors here or biology majors that could tell us exactly which part of his brain was affected?
She missed the words "the fuck" out of this line, didn't she? Far too affable, having just been, woken up so horrendously. I mean, pisses me off if there's a chink of light in the curtain or, never mind someone unleashing a fucking gun next to my head. Oh, muzzle flash.
Nice muzzle flash there. And Nancy Allen was married to director Brian De Palma at one point.
Really?
Was she?
Yeah, 5 years they were married. I think they met on the set of Carrie.
Look at that.
Well, of course, she was in Carrie with John Travolta.
Yeah, and that was 76, and they were married from 79 to 84.
Swappers, could you do this one by our old mate Peter Pidrak? And I'll obviously going to need it in Emperor Kipling, please, with the special laugh at the end. Here we go.
Peter Pidrak in the chat says, "Number one, my wife is Catholic. As she puts it, divorce is not an option. But you can go to confession for murder."
Oh, mate, that's wicked.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Wish I'd had you on my horror stream with that voice. Oh yeah,
So-
baby food.
So she brought the food for him to eat, and he's just, he's got a whole warehouse of shit he could shoot at, and he's shooting at the food. I mean, talk about ungrateful.
Hasn't he got a line? He says, "I'm not hungry, thank you."
Yeah,
Sounds very sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger like.
a little bit. We'll let you off though.
Room for me.
Oh,
Well, that was better. Well done.
Is
He
this
actually
like the
softens-
equivalent?
Up the arse corner.
It is up the arse.
Up the
corner,
arse
well, is it the equivalent of the flipped version of a man saying, "Oh, I'll help you with your golf swing. Look, you just put your hand here, and I'll just cozy my crotch up to your arse cheeks. There we go, and then just push out a little bit." Is this what we're looking at here? Or?
How
I
much
will
of
be
you is
told.
robot?
A little bit of robo spooning happening.
Right.
Dr. Peter Weller actually softens his voice an awful lot for these lines after he has his helmet off, although he didn't tell Paul Verhoeven about it. He just did it on the fly. If you listen carefully, it's a nice little difference. I feel sorry for the parents of the kid who decided to let their child be on these fucking... Do you know, like the Nirvana child? I wonder where this child is now.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's probably one of the kids that was used in the advert for Newcomb. Get them before they
Oh.
get you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And his targeting really is off here, isn't it? I mean, yeah, but she's going to help him recalibrate.
does anybody know what this is? From Price of Reason. Let me spell line so to speak. Question: couldn't Verhoeven get the rights to use Gerber? It would have been great product placement.
I presume it's some kind of baby food, is it?
Yeah.
American baby food. You have to help us out there, chat. I'm sure someone might know. A couple of
That's
yanks
like one
in
of
the chat.
these. It's like watching Married with Children. One of those jokes you don't get because you're not American. See, that's what I like about this stream, because we managed to do the other way about with all these UK references, Rise and Damp, and all these fucking strange things we bring up. Debsy Makepeace, etc.
Yeah. Confirmed brand of
Baby
baby
food.
food. Yeah. There we go. Now, I did notice this when I was watching the movie. I don't think that's perfectly centered. Or is it
Well,
just me?
It was a woman shooting.
He's aiming, he's aiming for the earlobe.
Oh, okay. But that could make the difference later on when you're trying to, blow the shit out of a meal and the boys. But I don't know.
I bet you Savil's targeting the kids would be fucking spot on.
Fucking hell.
Moving on.
Was that a Savile joke?
Moving on.
Oh, yes. Muzzle flash, folks.
Closing their eyes
Closed
as
his
well, which was
eyes.
quite funny. Yeah, both of them look brilliant. Look.
It's a sensitive moment.
Oh, that's a proper up the arse moment, that, isn't it? Yeah.
But look at the
It's
size
almost-
of that muzzle flash. I'd close my eyes as well.
That's almost Titanic-esque, that shot with the ice shot.
Yeah.
It is. Someone's wrecked in that shot, but I can't tell who.
Rectum. What I don't know, looking at it. Yeah, that's the baby food exploding, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, you are dirty.
Looks like an exploding dog in that shot.
I figure that's dead on.
Black Lives or Black Votes, with some pithy film criticism, says this is proper wank.
Or a proper wank.
This is a proper
Obviously not
wank.
enjoying this.
No, I
scene.
think this. No, I think that.
Oh, really? Yeah. Please clarify Black Lives, if you will.
I think it may be casting aspersions on the sexual goings on in the scene as opposed to the content of the stream.
I cannot believe we just had a screenshot of what looks to be a droid reach around and Z isn't on the panel.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know.
So unfortunate. Anyway, the bad guys rock up. The A-team are here.
Yeah, and the C team arrived late, so you're all good.
Full of beans as well, aren't they? And Bodica is just not having it.
Max is saying I'm dyslexical. What have I fucked up now, Max? It's I'd like to blame it on dyslexia. It's actually just drunkenness, I'm afraid.
It's the missing. It's the missing of the letter A in the proper
Yeah.
wank statement.
No, Black Lives says I was correct in my description of his line.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason you got me here, just to get that bit right. For the very important.
Where is that metallic mother? Wow.
The wrecking crew is here. Where is that metallic mother? Zip it up, will you, man?
Brown's doing all the voices now.
He just wants to get the job done, doesn't he? Nothing fancy, just kill him.
Who Bodica or me with this Robocop stream? Which one are you referring to?
Both.
Oh,
You should get out of here now.
Oh, that was nice. Who did that one?
That would be me.
Oh, very good, Swappers.
There's a technical question. Sorry, folks. Atom Grey, Mr. Brown Alliance. Legit question. Do you load all of these slides into StreamYard as individual images, a video, or something like PowerPoint? Oh, they're all created as a PDF.
Ooh.
1280 by 720 pixels.
Is that all? Oh.
That's a lot of PDFs, man.
200 pages per PDF. Moving on.
It sounds like Atom Grey's researching to do his own breakaway channel. Just wanting to get some intel on how to do it.
Trade secrets.
The Atom Grey Alliance. We look forward to it.
Avoid PowerPoint. Moving on.
Here in the steel mills of Milwaukee.
Nice aviators.
Verhoeven does a shot of each of the baddies who's about to get capped, doesn't he? Which I quite like.
Yeah, gives them all a bit of a screen time.
Yeah.
He does a really good job of giving them their own distinct personality, and they all have a moment, don't they? I mean, they're not just generic bad guys who are going to get blown to shit at some point.
I think I'm right in thinking the black guy goes first, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one out and biggest voice. Mouth when he comes out, and he's the first one to go.
Yeah, he takes like a round to the chest or two.
What are we looking
And that's
at
the mirror.
here?
Yeah.
Mirror being thrown down. Throws it.
He's just about to pick it up, isn't he?
Good shout, Brian. Yeah, and he reveals himself.
There's something about that design that's both brilliant and horrifying at the same time. It's the kind of thing that makes me want to buy a collectible, and then when I get it, immediately sell it because it gives me the creeps.
Yeah, can see that.
I only ever thought of Robocop as just being sort of an awesome looking superhero type. It never really bothered me at all. But you know, I guess different people think about him different ways, I guess.
He just scared me as a kid.
Muzzle flash.
Two there.
Oof. Poor Franco's still without the ability to view chat, or I don't know how he's getting on, but he's
got a 7-inch monitor.
Oh no, Franco!
Oh, Franco! Go down Curry's tomorrow and get yourself a TV.
He looks like he's going to get sorted. There we go.
Atom Grey has been a fine servant to this channel. Any chance we can promote his?
Yeah,
chat
do
message?
it. Of course you can.
There you go. Go on, Brian. Give him full beans.
You expect me to read out the URL Cockney style, giving you a word for each letter?
Just the last bit will do, I think.
Atom Grey in the chat says, "Watch live as I stumble around drunker than usual." Hyperlink.
At B-roll stage. That's his channel, is it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. There we go, Atom. Muzzle flash. Oh dear. Nice explosion.
Damn it. Shit.
I was waiting for you, Brown.
Yeah, the steel mill's been long demolished now, so they were able actually to do as much damage to it as they wanted when they were filming.
Looking for me. Cue the music.
Yeah, the music in this bit's really good.
Max needs to call an ambulance if he's been taking a drink for every new slide. You did miss the drink rules, although it's not much less than that for take a drink for every slide. Muzzle flash. Oh, this is brutal.
I wish they'd made slightly more of the fact that Clarence knowing or possibly knowing, top slide, that he is Murphy, the police officer that they shot. He should do, but assuming the email told him. But there's not an awful lot made. Thoughts?
I think I always assumed that they just had a discussion about it when I watched it when I was little. I kind of never questioned it really. It's a good point though.
We've got, I think, a serious answer to a question posed earlier on. Princess Fiona says, from Verhoeven, almost no organic brain tissue remains in Robocop, with his memories being transferred to some electronic storage instead.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
His brain is gone.
I thought it was still intact. Blimey.
If his brain's gone, why would they need the rest?
For the poster for the PC recruitment.
Yes. Do you know, it's the only thing I like about the remake was the keeping of the hand and the idea of it being a kind of PR exercise so people could meet Robocop and shake his hand and realise he's still a guy.
It was a shame the rest of it was shite, but moving on.
We're allowed to praise what's worthy of praise and condemn what's shite, Brown.
I just like the adverts that they had in it. Same kind of comedy style. Everything else was pants.
So there goes Mr. T, folks. That's not me being racially insensitive. That's just his assigned character from the A-Team. And we're one down, aren't we? But no fear. Emil's got his big weapon out.
Pick the right lens.
Look at his gun had the last gun had a camo pattern on it, didn't it?
No.
When he was getting shot, or was that from the spray of the blood of him getting hit? See on the
no, it's the squib.
Oof.
Okay, looked a bit like a camo pattern.
That is a perfect shot.
Oh, well, remember, Franco, that's a big drink for the death of
cheers, Franco, yeah. Well, he's not quite dead yet because he rolls about on the floor, doesn't he, in agony.
Right, spit your drink back out, everyone.
Wow. Well remembered, Franco.
The bad guys fire back, muzzle flash, another drink.
One of the few things I don't like about this is how their aim becomes slightly stormtroopers and Return of the Jedi.
What if they're under pressure and adrenaline and stuff like that?
Well, they're firing those guns from the hip, which is not exactly the most accurate way to discharge rounds with a weapon that size.
Yeah,
just slightly stretches it for me. That's a muzzle flash and a half up.
That one's worth 2 drinks.
Drink.
Yeah. 2 drinks and a Patsy Cline.
It makes you wonder how many times Michael Bay watched this film, doesn't it?
Oh, fuck.
Endless.
I'd say 2 drinks and a ham shank, personally, but,
Michael Bay-tion.
I don't think he watched it at all because you can tell who's firing at who in this and you can actually follow what's going on. So I'm not sure it influenced him.
Is Michael Bay directing anymore?
I hope
He
not.
did 13 hours, and actually that was really good.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Michael Bay
that's a
film.
great film.
It was
13
really
hours from
restrained. The
Benghazi.
action was really, really
Great
nicely
film.
directed.
Yeah.
It's mostly producing now, I think.
13 hours.
Have you seen it? Brilliant film.
Good film.
I'm confusing that with 127 hours, the one with the
Yeah,
guy
no, not the same.
loses his hand. Someone spoiled for me halfway through watching it. Is this the film where the guy gets his hand cut, cuts his own hand off? I went, thanks very much. Anyway, I digress, as Doomcock would say. Nice shot again.
Yeah, great shot. The younger me watching this kind of wants them to put the helmet back on. Is that
Yeah,
harsh?
I felt the same actually,
Mm,
because I just thought he looked cooler, and the face, his face like this, proper creeped me out.
yeah, I get why they didn't. I know they're trying to show the connection back to Murphy, but
And
Yeah, it's
he
one of my-
wore a different suit with this makeup as well, which was slightly smaller than the other one, so that it kept his head in scale as if he was wearing the helmet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so they did two different suits, so that it didn't look too different.
Baldwin, yeah.
Keeping it to
ball drink,
That's a
muzzle
good shot.
flash.
yeah.
If it is a drink every slide, isn't it?
Here we go. There's the money shot.
Yes. Here we go, folks.
This is
Toxic
just
waste.
it's genius idea, isn't it, for any story or any movie or of any time to think of this? It's just brilliant. How do they come up with this idea?
Okay, now I got you.
Yeah, the groan in the cinema, I can hear it now. Yeah.
They say that this was both the most negatively received part of the film and also one of the most positively received parts of the film.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the one sequence that one of my friends complained about when we came out. And I was like,
What?
yeah, I said to him, "What do you think of it?" And he goes, "Oh, it was good, but it was a bit too violent. That bit where the guy, got splattered across the windscreen.
I was
Oh,
lapping
he
it
was
up.
with a new girlfriend. He was just trying to impress her.
No.
Don't think she liked the movie, and there was a bit of sucking up going on.
I was only a kid when this came out, and it was one of the scenes that all your friends were talking, "Oh, have you seen this bit? Have you seen that bit?" And for for decades, this kind of terrified me. And then when I finally saw it, I thought, "Oh, it's kind of horrible." But what surprised me, and being more aware of the tone of the film than I was when I was a kid, and I like a bit of black humor, was the bit where Clarence knocks him down, and I was absolutely pissed myself laughing at it.
Yeah.
It's just strange. It's that thing that Swappers was talking about when he was watching the thing where you've got all these different emotions kind of playing. I think this is one of these kind of great films that does that. It pulls all these different feelings out of you.
Is this one of the rare moments you see Robocop running?
Yeah, it's like a little
Yeah.
mini canter. Yeah.
Yeah. Look over the shoulder.
I wonder if that was Weller in that shot. The previous.
It doesn't look like it now.
No, I think he would. I think that's a stunt man.
Yeah, you can tell that's a stuntman. Yeah.
That's some just great practical effects right there. That really genuinely does look like the side of his head.
I like the little look over the shoulder.
Yeah.
And then the wide shot so we can see
Big
the
I'll
van.
read this. Side effects in the chat. This scene was imprinted on my mind as a young lad. Great effects. I miss practical work.
Yeah. I think we all agree with that side of feet.
Yeah.
Just too easy just to do it all on CGI now, isn't it? Again, nicely how it's kind of gushing out the back, so he's been completely devoured by this stuff.
Great music as well. How the music changes as well.
Yeah.
Oh. It looks like there's even. Can you see the green waste? Yeah, just notice that green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really paid attention to detail in this bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking ace. Oh.
And he wore this whole kind of like bodysuit thing to do the scene.
Look at his nails and his
Great.
thumbs.
Skin's all like dripping off, and
Yeah.
it's almost like he's been infected by the thing.
There's gore, everybody. It's only a movie. Blah blah blah.
He just sort of lifts his hands and he's horrified at what he's become, and suddenly like, oh my god, makeup is incredible here. This is so great.
Wasn't it taken from The Melting Man?
Yeah, I think so. It's his performance that sells it, though. I think.
Oh fuck yeah!
That reminds me of me trying to eat a kebab on my way home of a Saturday night, and just spilling down my face and all over my hands, and
Get to your front door and find out you've left it across town. Basically,
Yeah.
you just left with the empty pit of bread.
My 19-year-old self watching this in the cinema, I just lapping every second up. I just fucking loved this. Just so over the top. It was just like a breath of fresh air. It's fantastic.
So Murphy is steaming down in the car, and
No, what you call it?
it's the
Lewis.
dude, right?
Lewis, yeah, that's him.
Sorry, Lewis. Yeah.
There is an error here. Can you see the camera? Go back.
Oh.
Go back on
No.
the door.
Reflection.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see the whole rig.
Yeah.
It's only
Not
because
that you
you've got it
don't
paused, though. You wouldn't notice it normally.
No, you do.
Yeah. Well, you do.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've noticed. Yeah, I noticed it.
They didn't bank on pausing YouTube discussions when this was.
No, you can tell anyway. Yeah, I noticed long before I ever did the stills.
Just need to skip back because we got some people with some very strange taste. Because when I put this slide up, we had
They're going one.
people starting to put ones in. I mean, talk about strange taste. I mean, that's
Dirty
real,
bastards.
Yeah,
Got
okay.
several bonus holes now. So
Does that mean it's their number one shot in the movie?
Oh,
No.
go on, Brownie. Do you want to explain?
Do you really
No,
want
no,
to
keep going,
explain
keep
this?
going.
Keep going
going,
because we're getting
keep
bogged
going.
down. Move on, please.
I'm just going to go back one more. Hang on, because they're still coming in. You see,
Oh.
people really enjoying it.
oh yeah, look, condom fingers. I didn't notice that before.
Camera in the reflection, police car,
Shit.
Boudica. No one delivers a shit like Boudica, do they?
We talk.
Great stunt with the car coming up.
Yeah, the hubcap flies off. I don't know if that was intentional.
Mm.
It must be the hubcap always. Anything in the
There you go,
70s and
yeah.
80s, the hubcap always comes off.
It
There
nearly
it
hits
is,
the camera
yeah.
as well. You can go.
Cable ties hadn't been invented back then, folks. Oh, what a shot.
Help me!
Don't get vaccinated, everybody. Don't do it.
We're not allowed to give medical advice, by the way. That's a disclaimer, everybody.
Oh yeah, get away from me, man! Love that bit. They've got a massive laugh in the cinema as well.
Yeah.
Get ready, Brown. I'm giving you the honour.
Go on then. Do the. Don't touch me, man.
Oh.
Wait, look at the eye.
Yeah.
Look at the eye, everybody.
It's just amazing.
And again, just to draw the parallel back to my Saturday night, this is me earlier in the evening in the nightclub trying to drop lips on someone. And
Is that you on the left?
that's
pulling
me on
this
the
bird?
right, unfortunately.
That's how you got the Last Jedi gig with Kathy Kennedy.
It is. Oh, man.
Help me.
Oh.
This is
I mean, if he didn't get ploughed down by the car, spoiler alert, was there any coming back from this kind of disfiguration for him?
No, he would have died not long after, I think, from the
Really? Oh.
toxic poisoning. Yeah, it does remind me an awful lot of the effects from The Fly as well, if you remember that.
Yeah,
Of course,
that was that came out '86, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I saw that at the same cinema again. That was at the
Nice.
Odeon Marble Arch as well. Yeah, God, that was creepy as hell.
Yeah. So that was what's his name, wasn't it? It was the director, Cronenberg.
Cronenberg, yeah.
They wanted Cronenberg to direct this, didn't they? Or was that?
Ooh.
Total
No,
Recall.
no, that was a different movie. This was always Verhoeven's and
Okay.
the other guy. I forget the screenwriter's name. Edward Newmeyer.
Yeah, Ed Newmeyer.
Max suggesting just a little bit of Sudocrem would sort out that situation. And then we often get something crass like this, but I'm going to flash it up
Which one are
anyway.
you doing? I knew you'd do that.
Is that MJ saying it is for him, or is that MJ
Yeah, I was
saying
going to say it's for him. He'd
this
probably
chap
give it a
is-
go, and his hand and
his fingers
willy
would
would fall off?
Yeah. So factually correct, MJ. Oh, here we go. Get ready, folks. Hope you've captured it in all its glory, Brown.
What?
Oh, what the inevitable?
Yeah,
inevitable
it's coming.
Betsy.
Don't worry. Come on.
It's going.
Yeah.
Get that window
Here
wiper
we go,
ready,
everybody.
Boddicker.
Can you fly, Boddicker?
Oh, he's deteriorated badly,
look at
hasn't he?
that.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Oh no.
His walking performance here is just
Yeah.
You've got all the steam coming off him as well, so you know he's kind of being dissolved as he moves. By the second, he's falling apart.
Right. Clarence, his face.
Yeah, great. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Oh. God.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Oh.
So funny that bit.
Amazing.
They filled a bag full of turkey giblets or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite realistic the way it's folded like that, but that's a dummy, aren't we? I mean, there's no other way of doing it. Yeah.
It just worked out perfectly. The way the head just comes off as well. So funny.
It was just perfectly edited, wasn't it? So you don't see any kind of stationary shot before, and then suddenly dissolves across the bonnet of the car.
Look at that. Shit.
And he just like switches the wipers on.
We were just fucking lapping it up in the cinema. It's just so fantastic.
It's utterly the ridiculousness just keeps escalating, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
you're like, if you're not shocked by the driving into the toxic waste canister, then you're shocked by him falling out the back of the truck. Then you're shocked by how he looks. Then you're shocked by him attacking the other guy. Then you're shocked by the way he's walking into the road. Then you're shocked by hitting the car. And then it's just like, when is it going to end?
Can we confidently say he's dead at this point?
I think so. Yeah.
Take a drink.
Have a drink.
Yeah, drink.
Great shot. Oh, look at where the sun is as well on that.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
There goes another hubcap.
Really good location for this climax, isn't it?
Yeah, sadly, no longer there. That's great when he comes out the car and just suddenly fires off those rounds.
Everyone in the chat enjoying it, bad looks of it. Apart from Peter, I think he said he was making dinner while we were showing the rather gruesome scenes of Emil's death. But Max says you don't get anything this balls out cool these days. And,
Very true.
Yeah,
it's because all the young people they'd be just fucking traumatized.
Well, there is that among other things.
He's a great shot, isn't he?
Oh,
right in the mammary.
Yeah, muzzle flash.
Yeah, and she's got that squib on herself there for sure as well. That's great still.
Clarence.
Oh,
bye, baby.
Who's shouting Clarence here?
Robo.
Oh.
And here we go, walking on water.
Yeah, because he's Jesus. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
this is the
Isn't
Jesus
it?
allegory scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have another guy pop up out of nowhere.
Paul Gadd. Moving on.
So we have we're getting towards our climactic moment, the showdown between good cowboy and the bad cowboy, I guess. But we do have the rogue bad guy at the crane area, don't we? There he is in the crane tower.
Because he's going to put all the steel waste on top of him.
Mm.
I give up.
I was expecting, because you often get them in these kind of places. You know, the magnet things. I thought they'd maybe use the fact Robocop was metal and pick them up via the use of industrial magnets. Does anyone else
They
expect?
did that in the second film, didn't they?
Oh, did they? Oh, okay. I've not had the pleasure. And,
well, it wasn't a pleasure watching that film.
No, was not.
Now, wait a second.
Here we go. Just lining up the dump. Do you think this guy's good at those grab machines at the arcades?
Scabra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll get you the three-eyed alien from Toy Story,
Oh.
no problem.
Wait a minute.
Bonica's going to need some new glasses, isn't he?
You're taking this kind of personal, ain't you? Come on, man. Come on now. You're making me nervous.
Is this Bonica pleading for his life, or is this
Yeah,
Bonica cleverly playing for time because he knows what's going
Playing
on?
for time, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's a slight bit of nervousness that he might not get away with it as well. Nicely done, in my opinion.
Mm.
Come on, you can't do this. Come on now. Don't mess around.
Yeah, he was counting on being taken in, wasn't he? Rather than
Come on, man. Now don't get cute.
I love this guy's facial expressions in every shot.
Come on, man. Now don't get cute.
And here we go. A colossal dump. Oh, great shot again.
That was a
Stunt double?
no, it wasn't. It was
dummy.
just a dummy.
Dummy again. All right.
Yeah. Dummy and some clever editing.
Yeah.
Ooh, another big girder drops.
Die, you bastard! Yeah.
This is funny as well, isn't it?
Oh.
I got him, Clarence. I got him.
Ba-dum.
Great kid, don't get cocky.
Cooper246 in the chat saying, I like Robocop 2. Remember, we got a pirated copy on VHS. It just made it more atmospheric.
Cooper watched it as an adult.
but no less shit, sadly.
Watch it as an adult and see if it makes you vomit the way it makes me vomit. It's up there with The Last Jedi.
Robocop 2 was the first review I ever did for a magazine, and I remember distinctly I said the plot could have been written on the time it takes to get from Embankment to Waterloo. That was my summary of it.
Well, it was totally bastardized, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was terrible.
Awful film.
Yeah.
It's as if they didn't understand the humour at some points. The adverts were only too bad, but it's making Robocop the butt of the joke was criminal.
Yeah, no, it was and I just thought the villain in it was rubbish, and that whole guy going inside the machine, and that was all like very Lawnmower Man, and just not really work. Yeah.
It was supposed to be a kind of side story about the guy being interested in kind of transcendence, and they seem to admit that entirely from Robocop 2. Which would have made maybe a bit more sense.
Just a shame no one else was interested in a story about transcendence.
While we've been doing drinks virtually every other slide, Peter's made his last drink double strong.
Accidentally.
Yeah, and he's already God knows how many drinks in. So please take care, Peter. Make sure we look
Don't
good.
operate any heavy machinery, Peter, please.
Yeah, you need to be careful when you're drinking.
Or an SUX
Make
6000.
sure you take some strong stimulants afterwards to square you up.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yes.
Viagra, I say.
Coffee and Viagra. Sounds like a book.
Well, gets me going in the morning.
Sounds like a chat show.
Yeah.
Welcome to Coffee and Viagra.
in the morning.
So Bodica's really going for it here, isn't he? I mean, his Robocop's fending him off with the one arm and ball drink, everyone. And
Sayonara, Robocop!
Yeah, because when he lets out that scream, you do. He can feel it. So he's obviously hit something that's still got a nerve ending in it somewhere.
But then Robocop produces the old. Well, he used it earlier to access a computer, didn't he? But
here we go, folks. Plenty of blood coming up.
Let me introduce you to my hole punch. Ooh. That's a good grab, man.
I love the movement he makes with his arm at this point when he just shoves it. It's kind of just this sort of movement around his shoulder, and it's plugged into Clarence's into his neck, and then he pulls it back again, and the sound as well, the squelching sound, and then the next shot, obviously.
I'm glad they didn't predict the technology correctly, because imagine how shit this scene would have been with a USB port sticking at the side of Clarence's.
He would have had like several dozen of them and thrown them like ninja stars or something.
I remember
3 ways round before it made any contact with his neck.
you couldn't really see the detail in the cinema back in '88. You couldn't really make out the blood squirts.
Oh, I could. I remember
until that scene.
I remember one when he was standing up. There's one when he's standing up as well, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's going through his fingers, I think, isn't it?
But I mean, that screen was like the size of 4 houses, man. That cinema, it was huge. It's the closest thing to the big IMAX that we had at the time. And
it was great how it just kind of pulses out as well, doesn't it? Which is really good.
Obviously, if this was Star Wars, it'd be absolutely fine the next day.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team would be back.
Yeah.
In
Lois.
Emil
voice has changed as well.
Got a couple of scars,
Yeah.
Lois. Murphy, I'm a mess. They'll fix you.
Yeah, they fix everything.
I love that line. It just puts the button in the whole film.
Yeah.
This is normal voice, isn't it, as well now?
We've got the fun. We've got the fun Ed 209 scene coming up in a sec, I think.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to finish at 2 hours.
No.
Well,
sure, we should finish it off. We've got half an hour.
Got
the kidding.
Give me 1 minute to finish all remaining slides. No, but we are going to finish tonight, I think, Brown. We can confidently say that
I
now.
was pulling your leg.
Okay.
Pulling my punk.
The OCP logo is a bit different to your version, Brown. What's going on there?
You got the knockoff version, Brown.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, folks. You know what that means, don't you?
OBP?
Drink.
No, it means we're going to have to redo everything from the very beginning. Right, that's it, folks. We're finished. We'll be back for part 1.
I want to see a world where Ed 209s are in place all over the city. That sounds pretty awesome to me.
You might not have to wait that long. The rate we're going.
Although they'd shoot you for mispronouncing somebody.
Yeah.
All that Ronnie Cox's character wanted to do was make money from Ed 209, wasn't it? That was his.
Yeah. Spare parts for years. Who cared if
that
it worked or not?
Yeah, that was his main goal, just to impress. I think you could go back, Roo. You could see how he was genuinely trying to impress the old man.
Mm.
Yeah, to get his respect, perhaps.
That's
he's doing a good job.
That's Daniel O'Herlihy from the last Starfighter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, really like him as an actor. He was in Halloween 3: Season of the Witch as well.
It was
good film.
I just watched it last night. I think it's a really underrated movie.
Yeah, it's a really, really good film. I still love that movie.
Yeah.
There's Ed 209. Is he strategically placed there for visual purposes, or is it?
No, because Ronnie Cox has got that line. I've got one outside guarding the building now. Just to reassure you all. It's a bit of a thing
urban pacification.
I'm just wondering though, that they specifically place him on that little sheltered area, just a bit of shadowing, maybe, because this is all stop motion, isn't it now?
At the moment it is.
They had a full size one that couldn't really do much, and then various sizes of the stop motion models, from extremely small to quite large. I think this one was probably about 2 feet or something.
Swappers, are you available?
Peter Pidrak in the chat says, free super chat. Okay, I don't know if you were serious about ending. Save this for the end.
Oh, you've gone early, Brown. You're going to have to give him another free one.
Actually, you know why they placed that in that section with the shadow? So for that shot, they didn't have to reconstruct too much of a massive set. I think that's probably the reason.
This is great, isn't it? He just pulls the gun out, slaps it
I
on top
love
of
it.
the roof, and just...
And I like the way you don't see the full effect on it until just afterwards, when the legs come back into shot, and then it kind of just, there's nothing left of it on the top.
Drink, everyone.
I wish I'd had some alcohol now.
God, a great all night.
Brown, it's going to be your fault that I need to have a minimum of 10 wee-wees before I go to sleep now.
I've got 3 hours to do on the pushback tomorrow, so that alcohol.
And there's poor Ed 209.
Model.
Totaled. Well done.
Here you go, Smilex. Phil Tippett, obviously a fan of Looney Tunes. Yes.
Sadly, no longer with us.
Who, Looney Tunes or Phil Tippett?
Phil Tippett.
Phil Tippett is.
Phil Tippett, isn't he the stunt guy? Am I getting him mixed up?
He's the guy who did the stop motion for Ed 209.
I'm thinking of a completely different guy.
Moving on.
This is just, isn't it? The way that it still follows him, even though it's kind of instinct alone.
Yeah, a little bit of trivia for you here. If you look very closely at the top in between the legs, you can see BB-8 actually driving legs there. So. Keels
and then
over.
the legs go.
Yeah, like a headless chicken.
Sorry, Tipping was who I was thinking of. Mr. B, who played Crow in Aliens, stuntman.
Oh, okay.
That's a good shot of the Brie Larson toes there. Very nice.
Yeah. After makeup.
And we go back to the boardroom.
Because whatever happens, Swappers, you do the.
Shall I do Cox? Because whatever happens.
Coming.
Are you?
This operation will live up to the guiding principles of its founder. No, still the same.
Oh.
Courage, strength, conviction. We will meet each new challenge with the same aggressive attitude.
Boom! Door opens, and just before we go any further, could I get where is it? A nice little chat message. Yeah, could we just get Brian to just do this one?
Black lives or black votes in the chat says R.I.P. Hugh Edulon.
And Brian, while you're up,
Peter Pedrak in the chat says, Supper chat. Let's all wish little Fortuna's Nan happy 50th all over the world. I'm thinking there won't be a piece up, or I would do it.
That's a good.
There was
mix.
not one part of that super chat I understood. Could anyone help me out?
When he said little fortunes, he meant little platoons.
Little platoon,
Yeah.
okay. And it's little platoon. So hang on a sec. There's a lot to break down here. Little platoon's nan is younger than you, Mr. Brown.
no, it's his mum.
Oh, it's his mum.
It's his mum. Hello, Rennie. It's his mum. Yeah, I'm older than the Lord's mum.
Oh,
Hey, Rennie.
Can we get you set up with Lordie's mum?
Well, I don't think the Lord's mum's bloke would like it.
Well, tough shit.
You can never go wrong mixing Nelson Mandela with a bit of Gandhi in the accent, can you? It's always a good combination.
I've got to go back to that. What else was so we had Little Fortune's nan, which is really Little Platoon's
Fortune.
mum. What else? Hang on. How pissed is Peter Pidrak right now? That's what I want to know.
So it's Little Platoon, not Little Fortune.
Little
That's-
Fortune,
yeah.
I like that.
Right.
No, that'll
okay.
be Little
Where is it?
Fortune will be. You know when Platoon branches out into China.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he man's joke.
Little Fortune cookie. So let's all wish Little Fortunes, as in Little Platoons, nan, happy 50th, his mum,
Mother.
happy 50th. I'm all over the world. What does that what does that mean?
Is it the equivalent of I'm made up?
Yeah, like I'm over the moon, and maybe, yes. You're all over the fucking shop, Peter, that's for sure.
Or could he be listening to the ELO song all over the world whilst typing?
We're getting bogged, but go on.
No, I know. This is worth getting bogged down.
It's
Next
the best
line.
kind of bog, though.
Next line says, I'm thinking there won't be a B-sup. What's B-sup?
That's the
Crown
Monday show.
Alliance Super.
That's
Underwear
where they basically do the Sunday show that I do and just rip me off. Moving on.
That's
Okay.
a bit hard. It's Cynic and Platoon, and it stands for the best show in the universe. Probably.
Which isn't true because mine is. Moving on.
Of course it is. Peter, thank you. We enjoyed breaking down that super chat. of yours.
Round sexy underwear party. That's what it says.
And look at the look on Dick's face. He's
Dick Jones is looking.
Yeah, that's a
It's like
good
he's seen a
starting
ghost.
face, Mr. Cox. I like it.
Ronnie Cox, so fucking good in this film. We say it every week. Ronnie Cox, just fucking brilliant.
Dick Jones is wanted for murder.
Dick Jones is wanted for murder.
This is absurd. That thing is a violent mechanical psychopath. My program will not allow me to act against an officer of this company.
Oh, so fucking good.
These are serious charges. What are your evidence?
oh, there we go.
Cue the great music as well. I had to kill Bob Morton because he made. These are iconic lines. I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
Anyways.
I'm glad that they didn't try and do anything kind of sci-fi with the suits. You know, they just
yeah.
kept them as like good, clean, sharp suits. They didn't go for like
Yes.
padded big shoulders or like in Running Man. You know, if you watch Running Man, everybody's suits are kind of super high shoulders padded. The collars are a bit all over the place. They just need to be suits in this film, literally and figuratively.
Hold the press, folks. Peter Pidrat with the follow-up. Little Ball Tune said he was going to be gone this week because it's his nan's 50th birthday. Apparently, she's having a 5-day celebration.
It's his mum's 50th.
And why Little Ball Tunes? That's just a little pun on...
Little Platoon was streaming last night, so he must have left today.
I want to know who has a 5-day celebration. You're asking for some commitment there, aren't you? I mean,
Well, obviously the Lord does.
Asian weddings. So...
That's Tory Montana levels of stamina.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it can barely get through a stream. Sobriety.
Hello to my little friend.
Does Dick really think he can shoot up the Robocop here? I mean,
no, because he just wants to get out, doesn't he?
No, it's more about holding somebody hostage, isn't it? To get out of the room.
Why is the gun still there? Is there a reason for having this in the office?
So he can fire people. Ba-bum. There you go. Customary dad joke there from old
What's
Ruin.
this about Little Platoon's mum, Brown? What's going on?
Just Rennie shit stirring. Cheers, Rennie.
I feel we have to have a discussion about that after the.
No, we don't. Moving on.
It's
Platoon's nan won.
Platoon's nan.
Get to the chopper now. I want a chopper.
Jay Goodwin has actually figured it all out. He says, Plute's mum is going to watch the Robocop discussion for her birthday, so it makes sense it will take 5 days.
There we are.
Oh, Dick, what are you doing?
We will walk to the roof very calmly. Is he saying that?
Anyone got a decent Arnold Schwarzenegger in the locker? Imagine.
No, because he's not in this film.
I know, but we're going to just throw a little bit in. Go on, Brian. I'm sure you could pull it off.
Commander Culture's your man for that. He's
Chat moved up.
unbelievable.
Who?
Swapper's Commander Culture. His is just... You can't tell the difference between the two.
Yeah.
No, it's genuine.
Nominate
We will walk
Swappers.
to the roof very
Swappers.
calmly.
Get to the chopper.
Oh, bro.
That was an Indian Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was more a get to the chopper, that wasn't it?
That's the Hindi release of Predator. That voice.
Fuck off.
And we're getting to the suddenly I've got very long arms sequence.
Yes. Yeah.
I will board
But they
the chopper
weren't.
with my hostage.
They weren't. It was to do with how it was shot. It was the lens.
Well, it was, but it's like a claymation animation?
Yeah, but the model is correct. It was just the lens apparently made it look longer arms.
Still the chatter, still the deep in debate about Lord George's mum or Nan or whoever it is.
I would say most of us in the chat and panel are older than the Lord's mum.
It's his nan.
His
mum's
mum.
His mum's only 25. His nan's 50. Geordie's only 17. I mean, you know.
She's 18. Go back. We're fucking about on a really good bit. You're annoying me now.
It's not like us to fuck around, is it?
Anyone tries to stop me? The old geezer gets it.
We've been fucking around for the last 17 hours. That's the straw that broke the camel's back all of a sudden.
So, Brown, that was your idea of not fucking around, was it?
He needed Swappers to do it because Swappers is more pro. Go back.
Oh, this is the crucial line.
Go back. Go on, Swaps.
Anybody tries to stop me, the old geezer gets it.
Dick, you're fired.
Dick, you're
Thank you.
fired.
Checkmate.
Cute.
And that relieves him of, what is it,
Chat
Director
going
4?
mad.
And he hits him like about 4 times, I think.
It doesn't break the glass.
Yeah. Not great stopping power, clearly.
Muzzle flaps, take a drink. And you're right, Rennie, by the way. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Rennie.
Oof. That's
This was great in slow motion doing these slides because
it's ruined a
Bonnie
very
Cox are just
expensive
fucking-
suit.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh,
Oh, nice. 5 squibs there. Nice pattern.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a dice. Yeah,
Yeah.
a die. Oh,
I like
drink.
the reaction on the black guy's face. The guy sitting at the table, you know, he's like almost like clapping his hands with glee, and he's like, "That
Yeah.
job's mine now. I'm next in line. That job's mine."
That was that because we went through that same slide about 5 times just then. Everyone's going to be absolutely fucking ripped to the tits.
And there he goes out the window.
Muzzle flash.
How many windows were destroyed in the making of this film? You've had Clarence going through 3, Dick Jones going through this one, and then you've got the guy who held the mayor to ransom getting launched through one. Any more? Is there any more I'm missing?
Ooh.
Would just question, was the glass, it's obviously toughened glass because it's a skyscraper, isn't it?
Mm.
So would the bullet going through his
Yeah.
body slow it right down?
Pretty powerful gun. I think it just goes through it like a knife through butter.
Went through him, through the window, and he went through the window as well.
buttocks. Oh,
That is just bizarre, isn't it? Like, really.
Yeah.
He's got
The size of
hell
the
of,
sleeve on the corner as well.
Oh, it's just
he's got a hell of a wingspan though, hasn't he? There's some long arms.
oh god, what
You
were
would
they
have thought he could have grabbed
thinking?
with those long arms. He could have grabbed the side of the building and kind of done a Spider-Man and sort of slowed himself down.
What were they
Or
thinking?
swung them really rapidly and then flew away to safety.
Yeah, that would have been even.
Everything in
Even
that
more.
shot is fantastic. If you look at the buildings and the cars and everything's fantastic, but the main part is just dog wank.
Is that 20 Super Kings sitting on the packet of 20 Super Kings? sitting on the
Yeah,
bed?
same, yeah.
There he
Yeah,
is.
the thumbs up. Yeah, do I get his job?
What was his name again? I've forgotten.
I don't know, but he really reminds me of Megagate.
Chat, help us out. I forgot his name's gone clean out of my head because I'm old.
Are you talking about the character? That
Yeah.
that guy's character.
Yeah.
Isn't he Starkweather?
No.
Check
Come on,
out,
chat, help me out.
Well, while the chat figuring out, look, check out Smilex for the beautiful segue. Nice thumbs up there, and remember to thumbs up this channel before you leave.
He's either
Parky.
Joe Cox or Starkweather.
Joe
Cheers,
Cox is
chat.
the
Johnson.
is the hoodlum.
Right, so
Johnson.
he's Starkweather. That's his character name.
No, it's Johnson.
Ryan Johnson?
Legendary.
No, thank fuck.
Pistol
Oh yeah,
John,
yeah. Sorry, I missed him. Felton Perry. He's still alive as well.
In
Must be getting on a
Robocop
bit.
2 as well.
No,
Nice shooting, son.
What's your name?
What's your name? Oh, fuck it. Money.
Murphy.
Murphy.
Great way to end the film, though.
Yeah.
Money
You
shot,
know,
everybody. That's the money shot. Suck it in.
Do you really know what a money shot is, Brown? I mean,
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I was in the cinema. 19-year-old when he said that. It's like, fuck yes.
Oh,
I
you were
left.
19 when you saw this. You are
Yeah,
older
I
than me.
left. I left the. As soon as I saw, I wanted to watch it again.
Yeah, same. I did a screening at my art college as soon as it was out on video, so
I just wanted to go straight back in and watch it again.
it wasn't quite the same watching it on it wasn't even a widescreen TV.
Yeah.
It was just like the biggest telly we could find on a trolley with like 40 students crowded round it.
Yeah, and one of the rare occasions where I was so pumped, it was I cannot wait for Robocop 2. I'm counting the days for Robocop
Mm.
2.
Oh.
Yeah, what a disappointment.
Ugh.
Brian, could you do this one from Tom, please?
Tom, for £2 English in the chat, says Robocop full movie discussion. Runtime 127 hours.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome, man babies.
And cue the closing credits. There we go. Just to skip back, is that one of the only times we see him smile?
I think it
Yes.
might be
Yeah,
actually. Yeah,
it
I think
is.
they
Yeah.
kind of save it for that shot
Yeah.
because it's kind of a recognition that he's found his old identity again. He's overcome
yeah.
his robotic programming. He knows who he is again.
Regained part of his humanity.
Exactly.
go.
Yeah.
Go on then, Brownie. You've got an in-ear for audio.
There you go. You're welcome.
And could you read out the credits in your finest ASMR voice, please? We're going to do all the
Robocop.
credits here. We've got 32 slides left of credits here, Brian. Get ready.
You've been watching Robocop full movie discussion produced by this old bastard, Mr. Brown Lyons. Rubber dubber dub. 3 Men in a Tub.
Brian's muted the stream now.
Directed. Yeah, so Graham Hepworth, yes. So many tingles. I've got tingles doing this. Graham, great to see you. Tingles. Yeah.
Hepburn, as in D.
Shut the fuck up. Directed by Paul Verhoeven. He's a crazy Dutch bastard. Yeah. You're welcome, man, babies. Ruin, over to you.
Okay. Well, look. Unbelievably, after 127 hours of this nonsense, it's a wrap. We've wrapped it. I feel like I need to roll out Akbar and have him crying inside his mask as I get him to say it's a wrap. Because we did it, folks, and we did it in under the 2.5 hours, Brownie. So,
that's pretty good going, that is.
Yeah, we did well, didn't we? So I guess we should do final thoughts. So, Brian, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, I'm going to have to rely on my notes heavily here because the jack is hitting my head, and as well as the two benzos I popped before the stream. I've always had a love-hate relationship. I've always had a love-hate relationship with this movie, and a kind of morbid fascination, which endures to this day. It really unsettled me a lot as a kid, but as an adult, I really appreciate it as the kind of the brilliant satire that it is. The villains are colourful, especially Clarence, and it's really is a brilliant performance by Kurtwood Smith. Dr. Will's performance and his movements especially really bring Robocop to life, and I think without that, the movie wouldn't be what it is. I think the heart and soul is obviously the robot who discovers he's a man, and sorry, I'm hammered.
I'm going to get the hammer out on Ruin in a minute. But moving on.
I'll need to convert to BBC presenter. The heart and soul of the movie is obviously the robot who discovers he's a man. You can commandeer a person, kill the body, but you can't kill the soul.
All In is your pub film with a timeless raisonness, and it has been a pleasure to review it in between Hugh Edwards' knob guys.
Ruin, you're a bastard. I just wanted to know that.
Well, look, the chat are already cracking on with the scores. We're getting lots of 8s, 9s, and 10s, which is such a rarity, isn't it? When we're doing scores, I'm so used to doing Star Wars reviews and scores being in the 3s and 4s, but we're right up at the upper echelons of the scoreboard here. Brian, what's your score for Robocop?
An absolutely Liam Neeson dong rock solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, okay, very good. Emperor Kipling, how do you see this movie?
When I saw this for the first time when I was 14, I was completely blown away because I was watching proper grown-up adult films. And I couldn't believe I was watching the ultra violence that was unfolding on screen. And I was still a kid, and I had to go to school the next day and talk to kids that had never seen an adult movie before, ever. And I felt like I was such a level above them at this point. This film was such a massive feel-good movie from beginning to end. Not just on the plane of sci-fi in general, but just, violence, action, special effects, prosthetics, music, writing, acting, you name it. It just hits the nail on every single aspect. And not that I thought about that at all when I was 14. I just came away feeling as if I'd just been in New Detroit for 2 hours, and just been taken on this roller coaster. And it's surprisingly an emotional and deep story as well, because you've got the artificial intelligence side of it, and you've got the robotic side of it and the human side of it, and where do each end and the other begin and stuff. And we've got some incredible production design, and iconic and influential to this day in things like Ed 209. With things like the cars, the guns, the Robocop suit itself. The cybernetics, all of that sort of stuff is incredible. And it's for a film that was made in 1986, 1987, something like that. It's still being referred back to now in modern day movies. And we only got that remake a few years ago, which was horrendous. But still, it just goes to show that the greatest movies are always going to echo through to the future and throughout history with this kind of stuff when they're this good. And just you can appreciate it on one level as a great action movie and a great sci-fi movie, but also this kind of, as you get older, you see other aspects to it, and the level of Murphy's humanism and that aspect to it just amazes me still to this day. You can see it as many times as you want and still take away something great from it. That's the mark of a good movie. That's the mark of a truly great film. So I've got to give this a good 9 and 9.5, I think, out of 10, because it just never gets old. This movie never gets old, even though the cars get old, the technology gets old, all that kind of stuff. You can still watch it and not feel as if it's dated. So yeah, just still amazing.
Lance, what are your thoughts? You've joined us right at the final of our Robocop sessions, but you arguably got some of the greater scenes in the whole movie. But what are your thoughts overall on the movie and your score, please?
Well, rather than try and sound more intellectual than the people who have gone before me with their incredibly insightful statements, I'm just going to read out what the 18-year-old version of me thought from my diary entry.
Nice.
Brilliant.
My birthday party, Robocop, Odeon Marble Arch. List of everybody that won't read that out. Robocop, what a superb film. It was great. We drove up after college in 3 cars. Vicky recommended we eat at the Chicago Pizza Pie Factory, a basement restaurant down the road from the cinema. The food was great. The cinema was absolutely rammed, but we had great seats upstairs. The atmosphere was incredible. Paul, in brackets Wilkins, thought the film was rather violent, but he was probably trying to impress Trish. But everybody else loved it. I'm sure he loved it, really. It was a great night. This is the 2nd year running I've done a movie birthday event. I will do one every year and aim to choose the best film possible. And then underneath that, I've got a footnote, and then underneath that, I've got a more modern review of the film, as I've done with every film in here. The footnote is this: the Odeon Marble Arch, sadly now demolished, was at the time the largest capacity single screen cinema in London. The single auditorium frequently showcased films in 70mm on its 75-foot by 30-foot screen, which at the time was the largest in the country. Seeing a film at a sold-out house was an atmospheric event that can rarely be replicated these days. I'd seen the first UK public screening of Aliens here in 1986. I'd see The Living Daylights, Total Recall, and caught Lawrence of Arabia there on re-release. It was the perfect place to see it. The cinema closure in 2016 was a huge loss for London cinema moviegoers. My birthday party the previous year was at the Odeon West End, also sadly now demolished, for Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh.
And a few years later, I did Heat as well. So
Oh, great
that was
film.
also a good choice. Yeah, so that was my, and I gave it. I did a more detailed intellectual modern review that I will spare you reading out. But my score on that was 9.5 out of
Ooh.
10, minus a half for the wonky Ronnie Cox arms. So yeah.
Well, Brownie, I'm going to give you last word because it is quite momentous. I think this has got to be one of the longest reviews we've ever done. So I want you to take us home. But yeah, I won't even attempt to add to any of the fantastic roundups from our team.
Got a sentence.
I'll give you one thing, maybe, which maybe no one else has mentioned. I credit this film with giving us a superb, complete story and doing it in 1 hour 42 minutes. Very rare thing nowadays, isn't it, to get anywhere near the 2-hour mark? And they kept it moving. They developed the characters. They gave distinctive characters to each of the bad guys. There's a lot to love. I give it a 9 out of 10. Only The Last Jedi gets a 10 out of 10. Go on, Brown. Give us your closing thought, your score. Let's wrap this mother up.
A movie where there was a lot of, I've said this before, a lot of people were on the top of their game. And they all came together at the same time in a very, very hot and sweaty Dallas. And I don't know if maybe that gave them the edge, that they just wanted to shoot it and just get the fuck out or whatever. But just, it starts with a great script. The script was fantastic. Verhoeven is just amazing. All the actors looked like they were just pleased to be there. Maybe Murphy wasn't at first, Dr. Weller at first, but yeah, just fantastic. My 19-year-old self just thought it was incredible, and I was just counting down the days for Robo 2, and my 50-year-old self still loves this film. It's not perfect. Is any film perfect? I don't know. I'm going to give this, Last Jedi, obviously. It is a 9.5 all day long, but we don't do half points, so I'm going to give it 10. One of my rare films that has 10. Doing the slides, I just realised just how fucking good this film is.
So really, you give it what? You give it 1 then, Brown, if you think about it.
I'd give it 10 out of 1, yeah.
Well, there we go, folks. It's been an absolute pleasure to do such a fantastic movie, and we
share
thank
it with
you
the man
for
babies as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We thank you all for sticking with us these many hours and many weeks. Brown, we have to get our thinking caps on for the next actual good movie we're going to cover, but a lot of the chat I've been mentioning, you
Fight Club.
You've promised everyone Attack of the Clones 12-hour stream. So I know we're going to have to factor that in at some point. Yeah.
Scheduling.
Yep. What were you suggesting, Lance? Fight Club?
Somebody in the chat suggested Fight Club with the words that followed, not that Mr. B.
Well, you can't do it. What's the first rule of Fight Club?
Exactly. So I don't know.
That's it. Can't do it.
First rule of Fight Club is you've got to talk about it for 50 hours over 20 streams. Yeah. By the way, I just wanted to say, guys, thanks for having me on, particularly at such short notice.
You're all right. You're welcome, mate.
Really, really enjoyed it, and really great to meet the other guys as well, none of whom I've met yet. And there's several people I could give voice jobs on a radio play here. So if I was casting one, it would be very
told
easy.
You, Brian.
He wants Emperor Kipling, I think.
Yep. Mr. B always said to me, Brian has a great face for radio. He always said that. No, thanks, though. Seriously, it's been a blast.
Welcome,
and it's really cheered me up on my otherwise rather shite Saturday night.
Oh, well, that's always good to hear. No, you've been a great guest to bring us home with, Lance. So good to have you on. Okay, folks. Well, I guess that's a wrap. Someone gave me a fantastic sign-off. Atom, was it Atom? Yeah, Atom Gray gave me a fantastic sign-off, so I'm going to use it. So I am going to say, man babies, disassemble. Until next time,
Ooh.
take care, good night, farewell, goodbye, man babies.
We're back tomorrow, everybody. Timing.
Tie bright.
Is it timing?